Fuck. Hello. I was watching Alf earlier, and it still holds up and is funny. I should tell Mikey that there's also a Twitch channel where they stream the Spanish version. That's more information for me. I need to be watching Spanish Alf in the background, 24/7. So that way maybe I'll actually learn the language. And I can go like... Hola, amiga. Or whatever the hell he sounds. Just like how I'm totally watching 31 Minutos at any given time. I watched one episode of that. It's a good show. It'd be helpful to learn Spanish if I had the time to sit down and watch children's programming to learn Spanish. I know about that one episode where they were supposed to come and find him on Earth, but the government fucked it up and experimented on him. Oh. I see. Alf Espanol is the channel name for later. Does that mean that just Alf is a channel that is currently streaming Alf? Or is specifically Alf Espanol? Who has the rights? That is correct. 24/7. Alright. So I go to twitch.tv/Alf and it's just the Alf show? Am I understanding that correctly? "31 Minutos is good if you're from Chile and all the references also. Part of its times will be offensive at times." When? Where? I can laugh about a guy threatening to hang himself, but all he does is swing on a swing. Women can't drive. Yeah, but I can just boil that down to these people are shitty. So they said a shitty thing. Because those guys are pretty fucked up, objectively. They aren't nice people on that show. How are we today? I imagine you're doing much better now that I've actually started the stream. I looked up from my lunch plate and went, oh no. Oh, Mikey's gonna be mad. I mean, you can handwave a lot of stuff by being like, this character's a bad person. This is not saying that this is true, women cannot drive. What it's saying is, these people are bad people, and they said this. Some people don't find it funny and take it too seriously. Maybe. Maybe. This is why when you launch my video game, the first question is, are you woke? Now there's a reference. There's a deep cut. You remember that conversation? I might end up doing that. We'll have to see. And it isn't exactly like I got other opportunities that are lined up for me and are as flexible. Alf is always on. Alf is online. I don't know how Alf sounds, especially in Spanish. I think in English you kind of sound like this. I don't. I haven't. It's been a while. It's been a long time. I don't think I've ever sat down and watched Alf. I've just seen references to Alf. Go see right now. Well, I know, I understand, but I don't know about right now. I feel like I'd get in trouble. I don't have the rights to stream Alf. You know what I would do? You know what I would buy the rights to? Columbo. I would buy the streaming rights to Columbo and watch Columbo on stream. Did you answer how you were? I'm good. I don't know, I think you're right. I did kind of dance around it, but I am well. If you're trying to ask, am I tired? I think the answer's no. I'm good too. I'm good. I feel like that has been a topic of contention. Is the streamer exhausted? Is the streamer without sleep? I'm fine. Dev today is just more groundwork for the melee weapon. I didn't, I plugged a bunch of stuff around, messed with things, found out, I'm gonna do some shenanigans. I thought this was due to the time shift. I mean, kind of. Like, honestly, I was doing great last week. I was like, I woke up, it's relatively early, but I'm not that tired, and I do the work on the stream. I do the work on the game, I got like 2 or 3 hours, and then I eat lunch, and then I'm streaming, and it's great. And now it's like, what? I don't know what happened. Alf in Spanish sounds very much like someone who smokes 2 packs a day and simultaneously pushing something really heavy. Goodness. Also, this is not shuffling. I don't think people mind. Maybe sleep earlier too? What? You haven't been hit by that yet, have you? Or is it because the rest of us are like, well, good night, and Mikey's like, well, I might as well get to bed too. Stream's over. Wait 4 hours. You know what? Good night. Anyway. What is this? Okay, I know I say this a lot. Who's so dedicated to a video game? Oh, you can't see it. that would be a problem. There we go. Who is so dedicated to a video game that they can just look at this and be like, yes. I say that again, as if I haven't done that hundreds of times. I look at one texture and be like, yep. It's over. It's Project Zomboid? I don't know. This seems like a wrong angle for that. Of all things, I think it might be like Oblivion. It is not Oblivion. However, I can also argue this is definitely not Project Zomboid. It's, Magica? I don't think so. Blood Bowl. I would believe this is Blood Bowl. Oopsie. 2 words without the 9. Thank you. Sorry, my dad came in. Let's go with Blood Bowl 3 based on a low rating. Yep. Yeah, apparently this isn't that good. No, not I already had pizza. I reheated pizza. That was my lunch today. There is no sandwich. Stop. Can we stop pretending my dad is like coming in only to give me sandwiches? Technically, it should be dog. Dog dad. He more often drops the dog off than he brings me food. Because Winnie's here. Oh, she's gonna nap up now. But yeah, I played the demo of this. I was shocked I got invited to like their beta, and I played the tutorial, and like I like this game, in essence, but it's not very conductive for streaming. Because I mean, look at this. And, I mean, barring, like, oh, look, he's, like, playing as orcs, isn't that funny? But, apparently it's bad, this one, compared to the second one. I think that this thing with the monetization or something. Unfortunate. The money-making DLC. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Anyway. I'm not a big fan of these kind of games. Like Tactical or American Football or Wordle for March 13th, 2024. Fish Not Beast, please just alt tab. Let's go with like... What's this got? Tactical. Really? Why not? I don't tactic. But Mikey, we're thinking people. Don't you remember all those times that we won in, Remember all those times that we won in, the finals? Because we were tactical thinking people, Mikey. Because we... That was you! But we're thinking people, Mikey. We think. Yeah, Mikey, you could play that one and just click on them and kill them. That's an option. But I don't think that will convince her. Eagle. This is interesting. That's how you spell that. I don't want that to be the word, so I'm not gonna guess it. Even though it does fit. And it has good, alright, whatever. There. There. You can move on. I say that. I don't know if we want to. I feel... That was very, very quick. And I feel like I need to stall for time for the rest of this case. Because the more people who could show up before I get started, the better. For, all of our problems. So I guess we can go in depth on the, on dev stuff here today. Food guesser? I'll just show dev stuff. Good suggestion, but dev stuff. So earlier, and I didn't save this, so it isn't here. Because it wasn't going to work out that way. Which is mildly wasteful, but it didn't take a lot of time. By the way, yes? I don't like the Bebop skin. For all of them, or? Yeah, Overwatch now has Cowboy Bebop skins for the major characters of that series. Especially Spike. I wouldn't be shocked if they update him. They've done them in the past. Look up the initial casual Hanzo skin and see what you think of your husbando then. Do young people know that series? I mean, it's pretty influential. I'd be shocked if people weren't aware. People meme on Evangelion all the time, and that's a pretty old anime series. Sorry, relatively. It's the same as Bebop. I shouldn't say old. I'm sorry. Which skin? The casual Hanzo skin? The one where he's like in that kind of like streetwear, kind of saggy jacket of sorts? He has like a lot of blue on it, and yellow, and black. That came out terribly, initially. No, not here. I wanted to show you. So, I was initially, and I'm gonna do my best here to not be overwhelming about code. Making a child of this, which is the initial, like, just baseline code for all ranged weaponry, to be, no, actually, this is melee. And when you click with it, it makes an invisible box to see if there's anything in front of you, and then it'll do damage to all of them, yeah, sure. However, when I tried making it so that the mage gets their fireball when they get loaded up, but just normal mage doesn't have that weapon, and I thought, oh, I mean, all the mages are gonna have this melee weapon, so I'll put it here. Like, oh, they're gonna get the melee weapon, and then they're gonna get the fire weapon. And then I realized there's a problem. I think that when you turn to the mage character, you never loaded as the fire mage character, you never loaded as the basic mage character, which means that this one actually doesn't have any of the weaponry attached to it, because I was walking around with two guns, one that was in my hand, that was like in my crotch, basically. And I was like, this is not working. So what that means is, and again, I'm trying my best, that I'm gonna have to make an array of these skeletal components, which basically means separated code. These separated codes to be like on a list, and I can like access them depending what button I pressed. Although I've seen some people do things where basically you have both attached, but only one is visible, and only when it's visible can you actually do anything, but I don't know if that's gonna work for what we're doing. I'm kind of hoping you can just say, add, remove, add, and like swap between the two. Somewhere in here. I hope that made sense. So that's where I am with this. That's why there has been like a big dev thing in a minute. I once again extend the offer of anyone taking interest in looking at Blender stuff come Friday. Currently in private raked Discord, however, if people have interest here, I'll move it to my Discord, and it'll be like a pseudo movie night situation. Let me know if that's of interest to just see stuff about Blender. I'll come with a crotch gun. No, you will not. No. That will not be happening. But there you go. There's the dev update. So now I'll actually get started with Ace Attorney. Nemo's here. And I can't wait to like get started and then people show up once I start reading dialogue. And I'll be like, great, okay. Okay. Can we try to explain this? Which, by the way, what a maze we found ourselves in here, huh? This is straight into it. We just cleared both Black Quill and Athena of being guilty. Do you have anything particular planned tomorrow? Asking for a friend. Yes? I'm hoping that it's not more Ace Attorney, personally, but I did have a game in mind that if we're done today, I do have something in mind. Anyway. I can be convinced otherwise. I don't know, you pose your question so specifically.
Mr. Justice, please explain yourself.
Oh, that's right, and it's this. It's very simple. There isn't much to explain. The defendant, Miss Athena Sykes, might not be innocent. What are you talking about? The case from 7 years ago has been settled. I'm not talking about the past year. I'm talking about the present case. I'm still not clear who killed Clay Tarrant. It's still not clear who killed Clay Tarrant. But Apollo, why would you... Miss Sykes, please listen quietly to what I have to say. What in the world is Apollo trying to do? Your Honor, please allow me a little of the court's time.
My God! My throat!
Help me. Cheese. Anyway.
Well, this is a trial release 7 years ago.
Miss Blackwell, I'd like to ask a favor of you. Just as you lost someone close to you, I lost someone close to me too. I'm sure you want to know the real truth of what happened as much as I do. Apollo. Sure, you know, I'm all for the truth. Now let's see you expose the princess's guilt. Judge, I give my permission. Continue with the trial.
Very well. Is that all right with you, Prosecutor Edwards?
The prosecution has no objections. Let's hear Mr. Joseph's testimony. I'll have the police investigation report brought immediately. Not you too, Edgeworth. I really hope it's because you have something up your sleeve.
Oh, very well. Your opening statement, please, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
As you wish. Let's review the case of the murder of Mr. Clay Tarrant. It was made clear from the previous trial that Solomon Starbuck was not his killer. Therefore, the true culprit was someone else. On that day, this culprit waited for the astronauts to board in boarding lounge 1, when the two men made their escape out of the Space Museum. The killer attacked Mr. Tarrant with the same type of knife that was used 7 years ago. God! The murderer then escaped into the Space Museum. Next, Director Yuri Cosmo switched the launch pads. After that, the culprit exited the Space Museum and escaped via boarding lounge 2. Therefore, this trial must make clear who Mr. Tarrant's true killer was. In other words, we must discover who it was that escaped through the Space Museum that day.
Yes, thank you, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Mr. Ryan, is defense ready?
Yes, Your Honor. I better rearrange my evidence. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Now then, Mr. Justice, your testimony, if you please.
What do we have? We're back to having the diagram. We still have the psych profile. Hmm. Oh, jeez. This is gonna be relevant. Dear God. I'm so worried. I suspected Miss Sykes of murder of Clay Tarrant. Oh. My growing suspicions were confirmed when the incriminating evidence presented itself. In addition, she's the only one who could have utilized the launch pad to switch to escape. That is why I wish to indict Miss Sykes on the charge of murder.
Order in court. Mr. Justice, you realize you're charging your own co-worker with murder, don't you?
Yes, Your Honor, because that's the conclusion my investigation has led me to. But Apollo, I got to expect me too. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. I don't get it. Just what did you find out over the past few days make you think this? Holy shit. What is the next game going to be like? This feels pretty penultimate. What are we doing in the next game? What? Are you kidding me? What are we going to do? Just like look at each other and be like, well, time for another goofy case, I guess. You know, there's a clown. There's a clown woman in this one. Let's check it out. Like like this. Oh shit, I still have 4 bars. Oh no, carried over. What first made you suspicious of Miss Sykes? It all started when Miss Sykes and I were investigating the crime scene. When she saw the weapon that killed Mr. Tarrant, my bracelet reacted. Oh. Gumshoe comes back, proves half of the evidence was faked, someone blew up his house. I don't know. Apollo becomes Majima. But yeah, Nemo, what were you asking that for? What does the friend want to be streamed tomorrow? I never really got an answer. Don't know. Okay. She said she'd never seen the knife before, but my bracelet told me otherwise. And then every time after that, my bracelet would react when she talked about the case. Poor Apollo must be beside himself during that investigation. I didn't know what to do or think. I couldn't even sleep. In that condition, I knew it wouldn't be any good in court. So I decided to wear an eye patch, so I wouldn't be able to perceive any of her tells. Oh my god! Wow! That kind of makes sense, actually. Holy shit! Wait, no. Okay, what? What is it? Can you repeat that? He decided to wear an eye patch so he couldn't be able to perceive any of her tells because he would be, he couldn't sleep noticing that she was, like, feeling guilty about stuff. So he wore that eye patch to, like, block that side of his vision. Yeah. It was like bothering him how guilty she was, so he had to like cover that side of his face so he didn't see her. So that's why Apollo was acting so strangely. But the reason Miss Sykes unconsciously reacted to the knife that way was because she stabbed her mother's murderer with one identical to it 7 years ago. But that knife was also the murder weapon that was used to kill Clay Tarrant. My bracelet could have also reacted to her because she knew she was his killer too. I guess he has a point. But my bracelet wasn't the only reason I became suspicious of her. Now that Cyclops are gone, it doesn't have her anymore? I mean, maybe. We're about to find out. Apollo is now also just bullshitting. He learned from the best! All of them, experts on delaying time. Until finally, it's like, It's as if they're playing Tetris, but they're just letting all the pieces fall, and they hope if they keep extending the timer, eventually the pieces will land exactly where they need it to be to win the game. God. The growing yep. That's the lighter that was found in the Space Museum with their fingerprints on it, right? But even if it seems decisive, there must be other facts we don't know about it yet. If that's so, go ahead and prove it then. Look, honestly, I don't want to believe it's true either, but Miss Sykes was the only one who was in the Space Museum at the time of the murder. But Mr. Justice, Miss Sykes had absolutely no motive to kill Mr. Tarrant. 7 years ago, Miss Sykes lived at the Cosmos Space Center. It wouldn't be strange if she had some kind of connection to him. Besides, people sometimes kill for motives we can't even imagine. I know you've seen plenty of cases like that in your own career, Mr. Wright. I still can't believe this. How can you actually suspect Athena, Apollo? My bracelet says, my bracelet vibes say A could have happened, but B could have also happened. No, you stupid. There's just no proof either way, I think is more his point, but that's fair. How can you actually suspect Athena, Apollo? Isn't it possible that somebody else used that same escape route? I'm afraid not, Mr. Wright. Why not? Recall there's a security camera in boarding lounge 1 aimed at the launch pad door. It's the camera that captured Mr. Tarrant and Mr. Starbuck, but there's also another security camera in boarding lounge 2. It recorded Mr. Tarrant's killer, or rather, Miss Sykes, coming out of the Space Museum. A camera in boarding lounge 2? First I've heard of it, but it makes sense. Athena said she snuck into the Space Museum the night before the incident, and then was overcome and passed out until noon the next day. I was out until about noon of the next day. I didn't even know about the explosion. Wait, didn't you just say this? Why are you having me say this in a flashback? Wait, shit, wrong timing. When I woke up, nobody was around, so I just went to boarding lounge 2. Wait, no, why are you making me say, you already said it. That must have been when the camera captured her. Yeah, that's about the time that the camera captured me. Why are you making me repeat? What? And that's what made Apollo suspect her even more. Wait a minute. In that case, it's most likely recorded the true culprit as well. That's a negative on that one too, Mr. Wright. In the footage taken after the incident, Miss Sykes is the only one who appears. What? What in the garage? That can't be. If it is, then it's incredibly incriminating. Wasn't it you who proved in the previous trial that the way the true crime culprit escaped was via the Space Museum after the pads had been switched? A fact you previously proved, turned on its ear, leaving your client high and dry. I must say, that is vintage Phoenix Wright. Believing in your client to the end is a basic principle of good defense. Shouldn't you extend that same principle to your own coworker? You're probably right. Maybe I'm not even fit to be a lawyer. However, I don't care. This case is special to me. Clay was my friend. And that's why I just have to know the truth. Apollo suspected his trusted coworker of killing his friend. This spells doubts he investigated on his own, but that only led to more doubts. Apollo must have been really struggling with this. Well, Apollo may have doubts, but... I'll say it again. Athena Sykes isn't the murderer. And I have only one thing to say. Evidence is everything in court. Well, Mr. Wright, think you have the concrete proof to knock down my arguments?
Your arguments have been very clear, Mr. Justice, and your facts appear to be indisputable.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think of my theory?
Luckily would be disappointed. Apollo's also just emotional baby BSing it.
It looks like not even you can deny it. Miss Sykes was the only one who used the only possible escape route.
Under these circumstances, there can be no other suspect but the defendant.
Unless you think there was an alternative escape route. Is that what you think, Mr. Wright?
Is that what you think, Mr. Wright? Are you doing your typical BS?
Is that what you think, Phoenix? Am I doing my typical BS? Was there an alternative escape route?
Yeah, duh, sure.
Yes, of course there must have been. Just don't ask me what. You're just bluffing again, aren't you?
Me? No! No! Fuck.
It's fine, Mr. Wright. Even a bluff would suit me just fine.
Oh, it's fine, Mr. Wright. Even a bluff would suit me just fine, I imagine is what's actually being said.
As long as you can.
It's fine as bluff, it's just fine. As long as you clip this down inside me. Oh, there we go.
Wait. So is that what this is all about?
I want to believe in Athena. I really do.
But what is faith without doubt? That's why I need to question her guilt. So that once the truth finally comes out, I can really, fully trust her.
So that you can really trust me?
It seems your junior partner has just showed us what trials are truly all about.
I believe you're right.
We prosecutors painstakingly question every detail in pursuit of the defendant, while we lawyers believe in and defend our clients to the end. And when both sides go all out against each other, that's where we discover the truth. Precisely. And when the battle is over, we will understand the true meaning of trust. That is exactly what trials are about. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes. I couldn't ignore the seed of doubt that was growing inside me, so I decided I needed to face it head on. No matter what the truth is that's waiting ahead, I won't be afraid.
It's so like Apollo, always uber earnest about things like this.
Mr. Justice, I vow to dispel every last bit of doubt in your heart. Good. Because I want to believe in Miss Sykes again.
You're really hoping there was an alternative route, aren't you, Apollo? Use the process of elimination, there really aren't that many possibilities.
Uber Eats.
I want to trust you. That's why you might go to jail accused of murder.
I mean, the way he's saying it's all wrong, but like, I don't know, it kind of makes sense. He's like, I don't want to believe that you murdered this guy, but the evidence says this. Not even jail, just straight to execution? Well, no, the 7 years thing is cleared. She didn't do that, that's fine. This is for the thing that happened, like, last week.
Director Cosmos was at the southern exit, leaving only the control room and the corridor to the Space Museum. Which door could the culprit have escaped through? Come on, Mr. Wright. Where do you think the culprit escaped to?
I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna do something crazy I've thought about since, like, we first started doing this.
There?
I doubt anybody could escape that way. The trash chute. Oh, I wanted to say the trash chute. I wanted to say the trash chute. I wanted to say that she hit down the trash. Alright, whatever. Alright.
There? I doubt anybody could have escaped that way. But can you really say with certainty that that isn't possible? Yeah, I believe I can.
I guess you're right. Sorry I'm late.
had my databases midterm, then went to a job fair, got tons of potential opportunities. Luckily, after the midterm, the professor said that there would be no more SQL involved. Oh, good. I like how political and woke this game is. True. Hi, Hattie. I don't think I got the conclusion of the old case. Oh. Alright. Only because your friend is interested in the stream tomorrow. Will I inform you of the following. The murder of Metis Sykes, approximately 7 years ago, was not committed by Blackwill or Athena. It basically boiled down to one random dude showed up, put on her jacket, put on a mask on the wall, and then murdered her. And then Athena walks in, the robot's like, oh, it's Metis and Athena because of the jackets. And Athena stabs that dude and he goes, what the what? And leaves. And then Simon comes in to find that Athena put dead mom on the pedestal. Which is still really sad, actually. Anyway, and then he chops up the robot because it's proof and leaves with Athena and is like, shit, this is bad. So, and then he's in court, he's like, it was me! I did it! Let's be done with this. It wasn't that little girl, let's go. And that's why he's in jail. So there you go. He does a 360 and leaves.
They really only could have escaped to the corridor of the Space Museum. All they had to do was use the unconscious Mr. Starbuck's prince to get through the door. It appears that all you're trying to establish is Miss Sykes' guilt. If the culprit used that route, the only exit would have been into the boarding lounge too. The logistical conclusion of the argument is that the killer is none other than the defendant. I knew it. That's the only way it could be, huh? Hold on. If the culprit escaped into the corridor that leads to the Space Museum, then I guess it's true. The only exit would have been into the boarding lounge too.
No.
No, but Miss Sykes was the only Miss Sykes was the only person captured by the boarding lounge 2 security camera. Investigated the crime scene thoroughly, but the only place the culprit could have escaped to was the Space Museum corridor. There weren't any other secret corridors or anything. So that leaves us with no other conclusion to draw but that Athena Sykes was the culprit. What could the answer be? Was there really no other escape route? But hold on a second. What if... Where did those mysterious leaves we saw in the corridor come from? What if they're a clue to the culprit's real escape route? I think it is possible that the culprit escaped into the Space Museum, but then came out using a route other than into the boarding lounge too. Oh? I'm hearing my dad and grandpa outside. I'm kind of confused. Like, huh? I'm so... What is going on? Did he answer a phone call out there? What? Okay. Anyway. Launchpad 1 in the Space Museum were switched after the bombing. Meaning, the Space Museum corridor was moving along the rail at the time, which is exactly when an alternative escape route opened for our culprit. Are you kidding me? Judging by the intense look in your eyes, I take it you're serious. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Do tell. Where could the culprit have gone from the Space Museum corridor besides boarding lounge 2? The control room. Take that! I see. So you're saying that the Space Museum corridor
leads to a spot somewhere in your head? What must it be like, Phoenix Wright? What? After all, this is alternative escape routes only exist only in your mind. Well, I think I have a beautiful mind. Perhaps we'd better shut the security door on that corridor tightly, so that your ridiculous delusions don't seep out onto us. Yeah, shut it and lock it too. Launchpad 1 and the Space Museum were switched after the bombing, meaning the Space Museum corridor was moving along the trail of time. Yeah, exactly when, okay, yes. They just jumped out. Let me try that again. Fine. Just don't exhaust all your mental capacities while you're at it. Oh, we found something odd while investigating the museum corridor this afternoon. Namely, a few dead leaves on the floor. Considering where dead leaves come from. Yeah, Phoenix? They point us to exactly where the culprit escaped to. Yeah, I remember seeing some leaves myself. What? Do you mean? Yep. While the Space Museum was in motion, just beyond the corridor's safety door, was an alternative place that the culprit could use to escape. In other words, the culprit's real escape route was the area outside the Space Center. You're freaking insane! What? Do you know how impossible that would be? That corridor is level with the 3rd floor. Even if the culprit tried to leap out the outside wall of the Space Center building, they would fall to their death. Objection! Ordinarily, yes. But after the bombing incident, the culprit could make use of a certain item. And what item wasn't exactly Mr. Right? Alright, this is what the culprit used to leap from the outside wall of the main building. The ladder. An emergency ladder. There was an emergency ladder in the 4th floor robotics lab, and it was used that day after the explosions to help evacuate people. Miss Blackwell herself used that ladder to escape down ground level. Recall that the launch pads were switched after the ladder was lowered. The corridor would have passed by the ladder while the pads were being switched, and that's when the culprit literally sprang into action. And leapt onto the ladder. Can you imagine the culprit is still out there in the bushes with a broken leg, praying he doesn't get caught? Yeah, he just waddles into court. If you're gonna call somebody, go, it wasn't me. What? Who would have imagined? He's been there for no. This is okay. Again, this happened like last week. This is no longer 7 years ago. This is the current case. That was the murder of the recent murder, the second bombing that was recent, not 7 years ago. Order, God. Well, an alternative escape route seems to have emerged. Which means someone other than Miss Sykes could have been the culprit, right? Making things up on the fly in an attempt to sway the court again, are we, Mr. Wright? Your theory has so many holes, it puts Swiss cheese to shame. Alright then, name one. I have here detailed information about the Space Center. According to this, the distance between the museum corridor and the main building during movement is a full 20 feet. 20 feet? You're pulling my leg, right? In addition, the corridor is 3 floors from the ground, or roughly 50 feet. What's more, the culprit would be leaping onto a precarious place. The unstable ladder. How much is 20 feet? I would say, real units please, that's approximately 7 meters. And 50 is approximately 3 feet's 1 meter. Yeah. Yeah, approximately. Just about. And so 50 is just short of 8? No, that's way wrong. That not 8. God. Would it be 18? Maybe 17? Math is hard. Anyway. 50 divided by 3. Yes, I know. So that's why I said 17. Yeah. See, yeah, I got close. Took me a minute, but I got close. I knew it was 50 divided by 3. Thank you. I don't know. The reason I said 8 is because I dropped like the 1 in my the 10 in my head. But whatever. Anyway, I did it badly. 50 divided by 3 is way easier than the math I was doing. Anyway.
Human beings feel fear in dangerous situations. It's a basic survival instinct. An ordinary person would certainly hesitate before jumping. Or even freeze in fear and not jump at all.
Oh yeah?
But the culprit had just murdered someone. They weren't in an ordinary state of mind. Nevertheless, why would they have taken that kind of risk? They would have waited for the switch to be complete and escaped from Body Lounge too. Because there was a security camera in Boarding Lounge 2. The culprit knew they would record if they left Space Museum that way. In that case, the culprit could have hidden in the museum until things settled down. And then blended in with the other people after the museum was opened. That's a good point. But you claim that despite all this, the culprit took a 20-foot death-defying leap, localized entirely within your kitchen? Yes. May I see it? No. And all in the brief moment, the corridor and the ladder passed by each other?
Hey, Necro. Welcome. Thank you for helping with the math.
That's also a good point. They would have needed a running start while the corridor was moving just to make that jump. If the timing was off, or if they couldn't jump far enough, it would have been instant death. What kind of person would attempt something like that? Stop bringing up good points, Edgeworth. This true culprit of yours is nothing but a figment of your imagination. Why do you always have to point out every flaw? Mr. Edgeworth's right. That does sound pretty insane. Culprit would have to be someone who feels no fear, like a stuntman. But everyone feels fear, on some level. Right? Wait a minute. I got it this time. I can prove that there was someone who could have used this alternative escape route. How can you know? This proves the possibility of a person who could have used this alternative escape route. This, like, pseudo-science psych profile. What's that, Mr. Wright? This is a certain person's very interesting psych profile. The subject doesn't experience feelings like normal people do. In other words, this person doesn't feel happiness, sadness, or fear. Doesn't feel fear? Right? You can't be serious. Without the constraint of fear. He could easily do what an ordinary person wouldn't dare. Just as you or I could do a broad jump on the ground without the slightest fear. This subject can make a 20-foot leap 50 feet up in the air.
Speaking of handsome, I'm so sad you're not allowed to marry your reflection. True, Hattie. I'm sorry for you. As Apollo confessed, our Sphinx deduced a fourth person in the chamber. Apollo has not confessed. We are currently in the middle of tying the 7-year-ago case with the current case and saying that there is a mysterious spy individual that's a psychopath and saying that they are the one who did both murders. At this time. Apollo's here because he thinks Athena did it because all the proof point to Athena. Because this person theoretically shouldn't have existed. Except we're proving now someone is stupid enough to have done a 20-foot leap above 50 feet.
He could choose this extreme way of escaping without hesitation. So you're saying that to a person without fear, the alternative route would have been quicker and eliminate the chance that they'd be spotted?
Do you know that's like Profile's owner, Watch Me Blackquill? By owner, do you mean who it was done on? Or owner as in who had it? Because, Blackquill had it. Ever since he was arrested. That's... No. He was the one who was analyzed. He was investigating somebody and had that analysis done. That's why he showed up the day that, Meta Sykes died. He showed up to get that evidence, and then he held on to it for 7 years. He knows who did it. He's working on it, but it's basically who did it is a spy. There's a government spy. That's who did it. And they're trying to track him down. They don't know yet, because he's been in jail. Anyway.
That's definitely pretty extreme, Mr. Wright.
But was there such a person there at the scene?
Yes. The Phantom. That mysterious, shadowy figure who keeps popping up.
Oh dear. The Phantom? Again?
I knew the Phantom was there behind the scenes. I knew the Phantom was there behind the scenes of the Space Center bombing, but I wasn't sure if he was connected to the murder of Clay Terran as well. However, now it's all clear. The Phantom is the one who not only bombed the Space Center, but also killed Mr. Terran.
What? Modern God, what do I say? Mr. Wright, please continue.
There were just too many similarities between this case and the one from 7 years ago. But why, you may ask? It could only be because both incidents were the work of the same Phantom. So then this Phantom is the one who killed Clay? But who is he? This Phantom has been haunting this case, pulling the strings in the background. Who could this unidentified international spy be?
Should have bought Chris Life Cravings, trying to binge eat less. Just not going to clean the courthouse or move to a different location. They had to use this blown up courthouse because every single other courthouse was... Okay, Hattie. Hattie, hi, welcome. Simon Blackquill's older sister, Aura Blackquill, took hostages to have a retrial of Simon Blackquill's trial because he was going to be executed tomorrow. These hostages have made us so that we had to do this trial today. And today, all courthouses were booked except for the one that happened to have been blown up. So we're now hosting this court to make sure she doesn't take out any hostages in a blown up courtroom. There's more, but I don't think you need more context at this time. Who could this spy be?
Right. This escape route must have been a part of the Phantom's plan from the start, as was tricking Director Cosmos into switching the launch pads. The bomb on the second floor was meant to make the elevators and stairs unusable. That's why he gave advance warning and planted the bombs where he did.
Yes, I think you're right. This game rules, right? I want to, once again, I said this at the beginning, Joe. What the hell is the next game going to be about? What can they do? Like, what? I don't... What's going to happen? What stakes could you provide?
But it doesn't explain this one last thing.
Next game is... Oh no.
So I learned my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to, but it was such a pain. Why couldn't they use the ladders in the other rooms? The robotics lab wasn't the only room with an emergency ladder, but he couldn't have made that leap unless he was certain which one it would be. So you mean, the Phantom must be someone who knew that particular ladder was going to be used?
That's right.
Who would it be?
Wait a minute.
So I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective told me to. Miss Blackwell lowered the ladder after being told to by the detective leading the... You gotta be kidding me! Oh, did you figure it out right? Do you know who the Phantom is? Yes, I do. Who is it? Who killed Clay? Our mystery spy, known as the Phantom, is none other than Bobby Fulbright. After the explosions, a member of the staff crossed paths with a certain detective. I was on duty on the 4th floor. It was quite the madhouse, I tell you. As for the detective, who was leading the evacuation from the 4th floor, he had a very specific objective in mind. So I lowered my emergency ladder, like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. I called that last time. He has a scar in his hand. I thought you were referring to someone else. His objective was to secure his own escape route. Lower an emergency ladder from a 4th floor window and escape that way. Once everyone else got on safely, I made my way down too, and once everyone else safely, I made my way down. This is a detective you all know. He's even the lead detective on the current case. He appears to be a very emotional man, but his psych profile says he's without emotion. What? Are you saying... You mean the Phantom is... a Detective Bobby Fulbright? Exactly. We're all taken in by his fake persona. Detective Fulbright's real identity is the Phantom. Oh damn, I didn't know God. Mr. Wright, how could this be? That's easy, Your Honor. Detective Fulbright was leading the 4th floor evacuation effort. Our first clue was that he made no attempt to have any other ladder put to use. The ladder in the robotics lab is the only one he ordered to be lowered. The second is that he directed everybody to the basement shelter via this ladder. Verily, it was all part of his plan to create an escape route. After Detective Fulbright saw that the ladder was lowered from the robotics lab, he went to the lounge where he killed Clay Terran and escaped onto the Space Museum. The museum started moving, slowly, so wait for the right time to get a running start. And just as the corridor was passing the ladder, he leaped onto it. I don't believe it. That addle-pated detective did all that? Is it really him? And all this time I thought... Sorry, we didn't catch your name. My name? I'm Bobby Fulbright. The heroic detective who defends our good citizens for evil. The champion of justice who comes running whenever you're in need. And my catchphrase, it's in justice we trust. Then, his concern for Simon was also just one big act. I swore to reform Prosecutor Blackwell and make him a family member of society again. So, I can't just sit by and watch him give up his motions, tear the defendant apart. That monster killed Clay? He had me completely fooled. Come to think of it, he's the only one who brought that... He's the one who brought that bloodstained lighter to court too. This scumbag even made me turn on Athena. Damn it. How the hell did I fall for that? For him to have wormed his way into the police department as well... Your Honor, the defense demands to question Detective Bobby Fulbright. Yes, I agree that we need to hear from him right away. Court will take a short recess, then Detective Fulbright will take the stand. Detective Fobby. Did I say Fobby? I love when he popped out of that window that one time. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. For once and for everything you did, I... Don't thank me yet. You still have an uphill battle to fight. You got it, boss. No. Apollo? Poor Mikey! You fell for it! Oh, this is awkward. Athena, can you do me a favor? Huh? What is that? Could you punch me, please? Why? Why should I do that? Because I should have believed in you. I let the seed of doubt inside me get the best of me. I'm really sorry that I didn't. Ow! Stop! It's such a dope. I was really touched by what you did. Huh? Now, what are you talking about? I want to believe in Athena. I really do. What is faith without doubt? That's why I need to question her guilt. So that once the truth finally comes out, I can really fully trust her. It's like the time I ever to genuinely think about who I am and what I'm made of. After all that, how can I punch a true friend like you, Apollo? You didn't have any trouble slapping him a second ago. Thanks, Athena. And thanks for waking me up to reality again. Guess I know who to call if I ever get sleepy in court. Looks like I had some promising young people working under you. You're not supposed to be in here, Edgeworth. Yeah, I think they're pretty great myself, and they're not afraid to keep me in line. Anyway, I have some very good news. Aura Blackwill has surrendered and the hostages have been set free. Choosing all the others? Oh, thank goodness. Miss Blackwill said she had something she really needs to do, so I granted her special permission to do what she must. I wonder what it is. It's Blackwell! I didn't come to apologize, if that's what you're thinking. My actions were allowed the truth of what happened 7 years ago to come to light, but I did come because I had something to do, to say to all of you. Ms. Aura, you better not be here to complain about something. She better not be here to complain about something. Guess I don't need this edgy band-aid anymore, is Zuko. Edgeworth and Apollo in the same room feels cursed. What do you mean? What's wrong? Seiko? My god. Miss Blackwill, I want to apologize to you. The fact that you couldn't trust the court system is our fault. Yes, it's true. The courts are filled with incompetent idiots. Still, I suppose I could let you handle the rest of this case for me. Oh, Miss Aura, does this mean you'll start to trust the system again? No, of course not. Be quiet, hunk of junk. It's just, I wouldn't mind if you were the ones who took Meda's killer down. Leave it to us. We'll get him. I guess that means she's starting to trust us, at least. We fixed her. Aura. Simon, I'm so glad both you and the princess were cleared of all suspicion, and it's all thanks to me and my robots. You better be grateful. I never imagined you would go that far to commit terrorism, but they always were extreme terrorism. But I don't recall requesting your help, or terrorism. As close as ever, I see. Well, now you've been released. I guess it's my turn to go live in the slammer. I just hope you're not the prosecutor for my trial. You'd probably give me the death penalty. You know me all too well. Jesus Christ! This love can take on a variety of expressions, including stunted, in their case. But I truly was about to be executed tomorrow. Though, because of you, looks like I won't be crossing the sticks just yet. You have my heartfelt thanks, Aura. I'm sorry I caused you so much anguish.
Simon. I'm so glad, Simon. So very glad to hear you say that.
Aura, don't start crying, you're gonna make me cry too.
Alright, that's enough of that. Bailiff, take me to the detention center.
Miss Blackwell did was inexcusable. But it's clear she did it out of love for her brother.
I still can't wrap my mind around Detective Fulbright being the Phantom. Don't smudge your makeup too.
Believe me, I won't. It's smudge proof. It's waterproof.
I can't believe you killed Clay.
Right. And murdered my mentor, which brought great distress upon little Athena. Chief Prosecutor.
Yes.
I would ask a favor. Would you allow me to stand at the prosecutor's bench for this trial? I wish to claim the Phantom's head by my own hand.
And that was my plan all along. After all, it's highly unconventional for a man in my position to stand in court.
Sir?
The formal paperwork has yet to be filled, but you're hereby conditionally released. Please take the prosecutor's bench in your official capacity, and uncover the truth by your own hand.
I'm much obliged. The day to part with these is coming at last. Chief Prosecutor. Could you?
He just karate chops them for him.
How long I've waited. Maybe it's the sense of freedom, but even the air seems fresher. The light, brighter. And I will relish slashing that blackguard Fulbright to shreds without mercy.
I don't have to be able to read his heart to see how happy he is. I'm so glad, but I won't cry just yet. After all, we still got a trial to finish. It's okay to cry, Athena. I promise. Prosecutor Blackwell, Mr. Wright, please avenge Clay's death for me. What are you talking about, Apollo? You're coming to the defense's bench with me. I am?
Well, I can't expect Athena to assist me now, can I? She's the defendant. That leaves you, Apollo.
But are you sure you want me? I took a leave of absence and everything.
Well, our office is pretty short-handed, and you're all I got.
Thank you, Mr. Wright.
Apollo.
Athena, I can say it with all my heart now. I believe in your complete innocence. And now we're gonna prove it to the world.
Thank you, Apollo. I know you can do it. Why does his bandage stop at his hair? So it doesn't mess it up.
So,
Oh,
you won't be needing that eye patch anymore, right?
Right, because I'm fine now.
oh, he's fine! You can keep the jacket though, it's kind of cool. You could have kept the jacket, it was kind of cool. Now, this is the Apollo I know. Welcome back, Apollo.
It's almost time for the trial to restart. Though, looks like you have things well in hand.
Yep.
I should head back to the prosecutor's office.
But why?
I want to look into a few things. Namely, the first people on the scene 7 years ago, the facial data registered by the robot, and Detective Fulbright's background.
Sounds great, Edgeworth. Thanks.
I expect to be repaid with a victory, right? And another date. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Okay.
You two all set to go?
You bet I am.
Let's do this.
And just look at stabbed by Fulbright while you're busy. This is it, the final battle. Murder of Apollo's friend. The courtroom bombing incident. And the case that ushered in the dark age of the law 7 years ago. Disney has called us to bring the one responsible to justice today. I made pancakes in honor of Phoenix. Did you make him look spiky? He didn't bomb the courtroom, but he did. The bomber guy that initially was convicted of it was like, yeah, I made the murder, but I didn't detonate the bomb. That was not me. So the person who actually triggered the bomb is still on the loose, and we never found the remote. So Fulbright detonated it, in theory. Now, let us reconvene. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has never been more ready. You know, this is the first time we've been at the defense bench together since I debuted. Now that you mention it, although back then I thought you were more loud than you were reliable. You've really come a long way since then, Apollo. You've grown a lot. Well, there have been some hiccups, but I guess I've done pretty well. Still got that ego of his, though. What ego? What? Prosecutor Blackwell. Wait, that one beginning dialogue? Like, explosions are good at destroying evidence? Well, I mean, that doesn't mean that he did it. And besides, the ultimate spy can disguise as anybody. I am the spy. Prosecutor Blackwell. It was a great evening. First, I helped solve a murder case, and this PC that I was trying to repair for a week now just turns on without me changing anything. Don't we love that? Except we don't. We hate that, but we'll take it. Mikey, how are you doing so far? Is this everything you were expecting? I wasn't expecting much from the beginning, but the plot twist shocked me. I'm so glad I didn't have any expectations. Oh, good. And now for the sixth game. I hope you don't have high expectations. Prosecutor Blackwell, the 7-year mistake now resolved, you can finally take your rightful place. Yeah, right, keep that chit-chat for later. Bailiff, bring in the witness immediately. Sitting there since a few days now, it just turns on. And it's the dust. It's jumping through the dust. Even with those handcuffs off, Prosecutor Blackwell seems to be pretty much the same. 7 years of grumpiness doesn't go away so easy, I guess. Bobby Wolf right here. I heard I was neat on the stand, so here I am. Detective Fulbright, do you know why you have been called to give testimony? Yep, because there's only one reason why I'd be called. And that is because it's time for justice. And just as we dropped. Edgeworth was who made Blackwell a prosecutor? Well, I mean, he's his boss. I don't know if it was like direct or anything. You can't fool us with that act anymore. Your justice is nothing but lies. What? Are you questioning the integrity of my sense of justice? I mean, sure, sometimes I make mistakes, but hey. He's acting exactly the same as always. Oh, tell me about it. Must be feeling awfully confident. This is gonna be so hard. This arrangement of gentlemen is difficult. Fulbright. If you wish to dispel my suspicions, then let's get to your testimony. Alright, fine. You want me to prove my righteousness? I can certainly do that. I hope they sound different enough. I am trying. I'm the very embodiment of justice itself. I won't have you make me into a villain with your far-fetched arguments, and this bit about the escape route is only a theory. You don't have any proof. What do you have as proof that Athena Sykes is the culprit? This lighter with her prints on it. This arrangement of gentlemen, you can just say boy band. That's right.
It's 4 court members and a culprit.
So you're saying the suspicions against you are completely false? And the defendant's the real culprit?
That's right. Mr. Lawyer's escape route is totally circumstantial. He doesn't have any proof that I made a big leap under the ladder.
We don't have proof. You're correct about that. However, you don't have any proof for your claim either.
I guess you're right.
But you can't define justice without evidence. Who can define it anyway? Justice. Justice.
Objection!
Don't make me break out a dictionary on you.
Please don't throw the book at me.
Tell me the phantom just make me set up a stupid pun for him.
Let's just try not to lose focus, alright?
But my justice is crystal clear. What's not clear are your eyes? Wake up and smell the justice.
Silence.
Enough of your rubbish, Fulbright. If you have even an ounce of justice, then you'll answer the court's questions and prove it.
Prosecutor Blackwell? Prosecutor Blackwell looks torn.
Well, Fulbright was his partner after all.
Prosecutor Blackwell's right. The truth will be revealed in cross-examination.
So I gotta say, you can see my mouse here. Normally the voices are kind of like in separate like categories. We have the judge, and then we got the 4 of them are just in a line, where it's like,
Suspicions against Detective Fulbright are, at this point, only suspicions. It is my duty. I'll judge the claims against the detective as impartially as I can.
What? The only difference between these 4 guys is like mostly pitch. Like there's some, they're a quartet. Yeah, sure.
There any objections?
That's fine, Your Honor.
Now that you ask away, don't hold back.
Is that a voice acting thing? I'm just saying that this is difficult, and I apologize if it becomes like voice soup, where mostly Fulbright, Apollo, and Phoenix might end up sounding similar, and I apologize for that.
Well, don't be any objections. Very well, Mr. Wright. We begin cross-examination.
I just want to make that warning in advance. Because I'm happy if they sound different, but I'm so nervous they're going to end up sounding exactly the same.
Hold it!
We have enough visual information to be able to tell who's who. Oh, so they do sound the same! The embodiment of justice? Those are just empty words.
But they say if you keep saying something, it eventually becomes the truth. Isn't that how people make their dreams come true too? By wishing over and over?
Alright, let's just move on. You pull the alien filter.
My arguments are hardly far-fetched. There's careful reasoning behind my theory. Yes, well, apparently there's reasoning behind even a tofu burger. But what we have against Ms. Sykes, though, that's not reasoning. Solid evidence. And it's called a lighter with Ms. Sykes' fingerprints on the victim's blood.
Yes, that's true, but
wait. Mr. Fulbright was the one who brought that evidence to the trial.
If you harbor any suspicions, I suggest you ask Fulbright right, Tono. Especially about that lighter.
He's right. But what exactly should I ask about?
You can tell he's not scared at all, which matches the chart, or he's a himbo.
Please tell the court about the position of the fingerprints in the lighter. They're around the same spot on either side, as they would be if she were holding it up. I suppose if it was used to light the room, it would be held that way. Would you please add that the same into your testimony? The prints were placed just the way they would be if someone were holding it lit.
Let's see if that's true. I mean, not really.
Objection!
Fuck. That seems clear country.
Don't be absurd.
I must have gotten it wrong. Could you at least tell me why you think so?
In the art of the sword, you must slash your opponent before he draws his weapon. But in your case, you'll be struck down before you even touch your blade.
I'll try to draw faster next time.
That I'd like to see. But in the meantime... Yes, in the meantime, here's a strike against you. Gee, well, how well they work together.
Think of how it's actually used. Alright, let's ask him to do it the other way. Wait, I accidentally did the wrong thing. Fuck. I meant to press another thing, so we gotta read this.
You mean the lighter was found in the Space Museum, is that right? The one and only? After Miss Sykes was murdered, Mr. Terran, she escaped to the Space Museum. That's when she probably dropped the lighter. Then, after the launch pads were switched, she ran out of the Space Museum, where her image was caught by a security camera.
Without evidence, I should probably save this fight for another time.
Yeah, I meant to press this. Why did the lighter have blood on it in the first place? Because she dropped it. It was dropped. Whose blood was that? It's the victim's. Terran. Space Museum... No, I wanted to ask a different question. I guess I can press on that thing and then ask... Okay, no, I have to press on that thing. And then... Hold on. Change it.
Yes, Miss Blackquill did mention she saw a lit lighter being held up. Yep, meaning the person Miss Blackquill saw was the owner of the fingerprints. It's just strengthens the argument against Miss Sykes.
This line of questioning is going to get me anywhere except conviction land. Should I try asking him something else?
How many prints were found exactly? The 3. The thumb, the index finger, and the middle finger.
What? Are you what? Are you stupid?
Can we have it swum my testimony? You got it.
Oh, he beat me to it.
Be investigating or justifying. Speed is the key.
Where's Emma when you need her? Oh. That's so weird.
So 3 points from a right hand were found in the lighter, huh?
Are you certain of this?
I'd stake my life on it. Mr. Wright, isn't it odd he's saying the prints are from Athena's right hand?
Why would you say that?
Oh, think about it for a sec.
Athena always wears that glove on her right hand, right?
So there's no way she'd leave prints of those 3 fingers from her right hand. Hey, great point. Why don't I catch that one? Mr. Fulbright, I'm sure you heard our discussion just now about how Miss Sykes always wears a glove on her right hand.
Well, I have only one thing to say to that.
Do you have evidence that she was wearing that glove at the time of the incident?
I guess we don't.
If you want to prove the defendant innocent, you'll have to ask better questions than that.
I think I need a lecture from you, Smiles Bigoo. I try asking him about something else?
Let's just proceed with your testimony, shall we? Certainly. The statement that was added, I'm not so sure it's relevant or not.
Well, at least he seems willing to answer our questions. Let's keep asking about different things and see if we can uncover an inconsistency.
Detective Fulbright's a tougher adversary than I thought.
Okay, we'll go to the other one. Okay, we'll change the other one and then press. Let's go.
Yeah, she wears gloves. Yeah,
oh, isn't that so convicting? Ooh.
Excuse me.
Ah, shit.
Please tell me the court about the position of the prints on the lighter. They're around the same spot on either side as they would be if you were holding it up.
What? With the middle finger, the thumb, and the pointer? What? How the hell do you hold? What? But only the 3. Like, it'd be one thing if it was her whole hand. Like, okay, yeah, yeah. But like the opposite, only the 3. How did? What? She had the claw grip. Yeah, it's so.
They mentioned she saw a lighter being held up. Yep. Yeah, Miss Bell was on the other favorites during the argument. Let's proceed with your testimony, shall we? Certainly, certainly. Looks like he's sticking with Athena as the culprit. It doesn't help that he has the evidence. Let's press him on everything until he cracks.
Okay. Alright, new plan. Swap this back to fingers, and then go back. Because this is the only thing that has, like, special dialogue. And then we press everything else and see if it lines up better.
You mean the liner that was found in the Space Museum? Is that right? Yeah, the one and only sex merch. There, but the thing, but on the side, just jump into the.
Yep. Yeah.
Then please tell us more about the circumstances surrounding the latter. Well, I'd much rather expound on the topic of justice, but, alright.
Let's see. What should I ask about? Oh my god.
Please tell the court what you remember about Miss Blackwell at the time. She appeared to be really angry that the bombing commotion was disrupting her work. She even threw a robot at me.
Yikes. Oh, what was the poor Clonko?
This is very important information, isn't it? I'll add the statement to it then.
Why don't you let me decide that? Extremely crabby. Is it relevant? It's not.
Please tell us anything you remember about the lab. The lab, huh? Well, it was so messy there was hardly anywhere to step. I guess they were in the middle of building a giant robot.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it looked when we visited this afternoon, too.
Okay, I know the drill. You want me to swap the statement into my testimony, don't you?
What? No.
Way ahead of you. I'll just swap it in.
It's just gonna get, like, exponentially. Oh.
You aren't fooling anyone. You chose a ladder in that very room on purpose to create your escape route. That's not true. It's just that when it comes to ladders, it's very particular. I had a good feeling about that ladder.
This isn't gonna get us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Did I mess up somewhere along the way? This person's a psychopath. Correct! Literally, by definition.
Certainly, certainly. The embodiment of justice. Those aren't just empty words. What do they say? I keep saying something, eventually come to the truth. Isn't that how people make their dreams come true too? By wishing over and over?
Alright. Let's just move on.
My arguments are hardly far-fetched. There's careful reasoning behind my theory. Yes, well apparently there's reasoning behind a tofu burger.
Yeah. Yeah, the lighter and the victim's blood, yeah. Yeah, about the lighter. Good luck. Thanks, Archie.
You mean the lighter that was found in the Space Museum, is that right? No one only. Other mistakes returned, Darren. Probably scared over here, but.
Do you have any evidence? I'm about to, I think.
Objection!
Nope. Don't be upset. Hey, don't be upset. Oh, left hand! Left hand! It's the testimony's the left hand! It's the left hand! Okay, we got it. We have evidence. We found it. Testimony. Yay, he found it.
Hold it!
How long were you waiting for that? Where you're like, oh my god, please see it. Please.
Objection!
You say the prints were from a right hand. Is that correct? That's right. Very clear prints. But that just doesn't add up. Huh? What doesn't add up? According to Miss Blackwell, who saw the culprit herself, this person held the lighter in their left hand. Oh? So here's the dilemma before us. Why are the prints on the lighter from a right hand instead of a left? You're right. It doesn't make sense, does it? Your Honor, this lighter can hardly be called incriminating evidence. The witness's claims don't even hold water.
Well, Detective Fulbright, I hope you have a good explanation for this.
I just can't understand it. They're definitely right-hand prints. But then, why are they inconsistent with Miss Blackwell's statement? Oh, I've got it.
But what have you got, Detective?
The mirror. The witness must have seen a reflection of the culprit in the mirror.
Go on.
Miss Blackwell was looking through the window of the boarding lounge one, wasn't she?
I believe so.
If you mean that little window in the back and to the right of the room. That's right. And across the room on the opposite wall is a large mirror.
I do remember seeing it. So you're saying...
Yes, the culprit Miss Blackwell saw must have been a reflection of the person in the mirror.
Yeah, how could I say that mirrors don't work that way?
Well, in that case, right and left would be reversed, wouldn't they? Now do you see? That's the logic of pure justice.
Objection!
But your argument's only conjecture. You don't have any proof that what Miss Blackwell saw was a reflection.
Silence!
Right, Dono. You'd sooner nick yourself than him like that. Put some muscle into it.
Huh? That's right. Besides, the lighter couldn't have been in the left hand. And why not? Miss Blackwell said she saw an Earth emblem on the lighter, didn't she? And the emblem's only on one side of the lighter.
You're right. There's no emblem on the other side.
Exactly. That's blank and smooth as the judge's fine sculpt. If the sculptor had held the lighter in their left hand, they would have covered the emblem.
Uh-oh.
What's more, this is the kind of lighter you flick open with your thumb before lighting. So if the culprit had held it in their left hand with the emblem out and invisible, they wouldn't have been able to open it, let alone light it. If they had it in their right hand, they could easily open it and light it. This all means that the culprit was definitely holding the lighter in their right hand.
No! Come back, my beautiful contradiction. It appears you planted a flower that bears no fruit.
Stand with us for my flower of justice.
He's tough. He's managed to discredit almost everything I've proven up to this point.
And just as we trust. Now do you see? I'm not this phantom you've been talking about. I mean, are you sure there really is a spy? I bet they're just a figment of your imagination.
Oh, it's so sad, very sad. I'm afraid of sex is the culprit.
Hold it!
Detective Fulbright, I believe you said that the emblem is only on one side of the lighter. Are you sure about that? Of course, I'm sure. Why don't you take a look for yourself and see? Do you see an Earth emblem on both sides of the lighter? Oh my god. I knew it. You're lying, detective. Pardon me? You mean... Yes. My bracelet reacted to a statement about the emblem. He's definitely hiding something big. And I think if we use my brass allergy, might be able to figure it out.
Justice don't know. I'd use that cheat of yours again.
It's not cheating, Prosecutor Blackwell.
Very well. Whether I like it or not, I suppose we should use whatever works right now. Go on then.
We have Prosecutor Blackwell's reluctant blessing, apparently. Okay, Apollo, you're up. Here goes then. Detective Fulbright, could you repeat that last day one more time? What in the world are you up to? Alright, fine. I'll say as many times as you like. Listen carefully. The Earth emblem is only on the side that you can see when it's held in the right hand.
Man, it's been a minute.
Will this work on a psychopath? I'm nervous it won't.
He's sweating!
Wait a minute.
Shit.
God damn it! We just missed it! Oh well. Speedrun. Ever since that one time that guy sweated the truth, I've been on top of these. I've been good at these. Ever since I know it could be anything. It's a stupid thumb.
Oh. My brass allergy. Detective Fulbright, you might not be aware of it yourself, but whenever you say the phrase, the Earth emblem, your left thumb moves. In fact, it appears as though you're running it along the edge of your holster. Like you're gonna shoot me. Oh, Mr. Lawyer, I don't have the foggiest notion of what you're talking about. Be that as it may, I know it has something to do with the lighter. Let me examine it. Oh, but why? You're not making any sense. You can't just...
Silence.
Be still and do as you're told. Right. If you have nothing to hide, you shouldn't mind them having a look-see, should you?
Sorry.
I had to move my mic arm. Apologies.
What? Not you too, Prosecutor Blackwell?
I'm not sure what this is all about, but if Prosecutor Blackwood insists, and only because Blackwood insists, I don't care about anyone else. It must be something important. The defendant will examine the lighter.
Good. Now maybe we'll learn something new.
I hope so. Let's check every inch of this thing. Oh shit. So this is the Earth emblem Detective Fulbright was talking about.
Is anything noteworthy?
Oh, hey, look at this. The emblem's actually some kind of button. Huh? 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 Wait!
Ooh-wee! Transformed into something.
A handle.
Trigger. That's what I think it is.
Reverse Chekhov's gun. Yeah, it's the bullet. The Chekhov's bullet. It had to have been the bullet had to have been fired from a mystery gun.
There's no question. It seems what you have there is a gun.
A brand? Gun. So that's it.
Your Honor, please recall this morning's trial. Director Cosmos was on the stand. The bullet that hit the oxygen tank was this extremely small, maybe a 10 caliber? This little compact gun probably takes bullets of that caliber. Looks like this is the gun that was fired at the scene. I'm flabbergasted. The lighter was a gun? They did surgery on a grape? So when Detective Fulbright would touch his holster. That's right. Whenever he mentioned the Earth emblem, he must have subconsciously thought about the secret behind the lighter. In other words, he knew it was a gun from the very beginning. A lighter that transforms into a gun seems like a spy gadget to me. It's not like the kind of thing any ordinary person can get their hands on. In fact, I'd say it's strictly in the domain of elite spies. Detective Fulbright, you will explain yourself. There's nothing for me to explain. I didn't know the lighter could transform. I mean, it was found in the Space Museum, and then I brought it straight in. I didn't even have time to check it out.
Objection!
Whenever you mention the Earth emblem, you touch your holster. You subconsciously did that because you knew it was a gun. Excuse me all you want, but where's your proof? Do you have any evidence that I knew the lighter was a gun? Not exactly. And whose prints are on it? Miss Sykes' print. It proves that she's the culprit who fired the gun at the scene. The detective is right. Are you guys really trying to prove your client innocent? Are you guys really trying to prove your client innocent, or what?
The way you make his voice even more annoying.
Because he's getting angry. Although, it pains me to do this. Now that we're where we are, I have to make the following assertion, coming from the prosecution side. The person who fired the gun at Director Cosmos in the lounge after the incident, and the person Miss Blankwell saw holding the lighter, and the person who murdered Mr. Terran, and the person who bombed the Space Center, are all the defendant Athena Sykes. The prints of the lighter is a safe proof. Oh. Now do you see? A man on the side of justice couldn't possibly be the culprit. And I think that about sums up Miss Sykes' part in the whole affair. Well, the evidence does certainly seem to point to the defendant's guilt. You have anything to say, Prosecutor Blackwell? Evidence is everything in court. Therefore, Fulbright's claims stand firm. But calm down, Apollo. Just saying that because he has to as the prosecutor. Oh, Mr. Lawyer, our job is to pursue criminals in the name of justice. You shouldn't cast suspicion on people based on something as dubious as a habit. In fact, you have a bad habit of showing up in court with an awful case of bedhead.
Objection!
Says the man who wears sunglasses at night. It's proof you want, it's proof you'll get. I'll prove that this lighter is not Miss Sykes, but yours. Sounds like you hit on something, Apollo. It's just the prints on the lighter are the basis for accusing Athena. I think we should reconsider the credibility of the evidence itself. I mean, you think this lighter might be forged evidence? That's right. I'll be part of Fulbright's bigger plot. Did you do anything out of the ordinary while I was off on my own? I can tell we think of a few things. It is indeed. Have a look at this. What's this? A lighter. I checked out we like to run a comparison with some prints we found in the boarding lounge. Yeah, I just happen to have completed the print data of everyone related to this case. You want to make another copy for myself? That's all yours. Consider it a gift. If we assume he's been laying a big trap for us all along, there's gotta be something off about this piece of evidence. What's wrong with the lighter as a piece of evidence? Well, I mean, obviously the owner of the prints are fucked, but... Where the prints or how the prints? No, it's how, because of the blood. Yep. No, I guess I don't see anything strange about how the prints were left on the lighter. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. Unusual about the angle of the prints and how they're patched in places, but there's gotta be some. Okay, fine. Anything odd about where the prints are? No, I guess it was fired as a gun. Don't where the prints would be, but... Oh, of course it... What? Are they really Athena's fingerprints? You definitely matched her print data. What about the data itself? Detective Fulbright,
You were the one who'd provide us with the lighter and print data. Isn't that correct? Yes. What about it? You say Miss Sykes' prints match the print data, but I have to wonder, was the data you used official? Mr. Wright, I just the evidence might have been fabricated. I guess there's only one way to find out. Let's re-examine the prints. Using the official sanctioned print data of the people involved in this case. What? You dare insult the epitome of justice and integrity? There's no need for such antics.
Silence.
Your Honor, I lend my voice to the defense's request. You must allow the test to be rerun.
Very well then. Bailiff?
He had a full fingerprint sheet of everyone? Of everyone. Everyone.
Ah, appears the official data's here. And the result? It's just as the defense claims. This proves that the prints on the lighter do not belong to the defendant.
Are you really so stupid that you didn't actually get... What are you doing? You're the worst spy, man. What?
Oh, the fingerprints actually belong to the victim, Mr. Clay Tarrant.
What the fuck are you doing?
Those were Clay's fingerprints on the lighter?
Ah, I see. Come to think of it, wasn't you Fulbright who collected the victim's prints?
I personally moved his gloves during the investigation. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity after all.
You took the deceased fingerprints. You could have easily planted his prints on the lighter with his blood, after which you wiped the blood off his hand.
By your own admission, you were also the one who compiled the phony print data. All to put the blame on Miss Sykes.
Thought he was a mastermind a second ago? Well, he got caught. He can't be that smart.
This ploy must have been to distract us from the Phantom was behind everything. You had to create an impression that the Phantom wasn't the true culprit.
Does this mean Potential for White really is the Phantom?
Remember the killer's escape route. No ordinary person would have been fearless enough to attempt it. Nobody but the Phantom, the man with no emotions, could have done it. Mr. Fulbright, you were the only one who could have used that escape route.
Fulbright, are you really the Phantom? Answer me, or so help me out, slash into tiny shit livers where you stand.
What do I said it right? I mean, it's...
All right, I'll talk. I confess. I am not the Phantom.
Silence.
It's all over. Now be a man and admit it already.
But I'm not a spy. I'm an undercover investigator. I've actually been after the Phantom myself.
What, an undercover investigator? That sounds less than wholesome to me. The person who hides his identity and secretly investigates in order to uncover information? And that's what you really are, full-brained?
That's right. I was working to track down the Phantom. But sadly, even though I was supposed to catch the spy ended up catching me. He took my family hostage and forced me to cooperate with him.
What? Do we believe that?
What?
Objection!
You're telling us this now? What do you say is true? That who was the mystery person Miss Blackwell and Mr. Starbucks saw? It was the Phantom, I tell you. All I did was help him by having that emergency letter lowered for him.
Objection!
How many twists can you put into this damn thing?
I don't believe you. Then how do you explain the fabricated lighter? That was also one of the Phantom's demands. Being the detective in charge of the case, it was easy for me to fabricate evidence. Penning the crime on Athena Sykes was just another one of the Phantom's orders. And you expect to buy that?
Fulbright. What was the Phantom's ultimate objective?
Was told it was to sabotage the rocket launch. Someone who didn't want the launch to happen must have given him the order. Actually, I have to apologize to you too. The Phantom told me to get close to you. He ordered me to get back. He ordered me to get back that psych profile you have on him.
So he sent a buzzard of his own to tail me this past year, did he?
I haven't been a champion of justice. I've just been a pawn of evil. A pawn of the Phantom who stole the moon and rock and killed Dr. Psych 7 years ago.
Enough, Fulbright. Just tell us the Phantom's true identity.
I don't know. He was very careful to hide it. He has top secret information for all kinds of corporations and countries, so there's a number of organizations that want him dead. If people believed I was the Phantom, I could be killed on the spot. I bet even now. There are assassins lurking nearby. This case is about the Phantom after all.
With the ceiling blown off, I suppose you aren't vulnerable to a sniper's shot in this courtroom.
Just 2 seconds ago, Fulbright was treating Theo like a criminal. Does he really think he's gonna lie his way out of it now? But on the surface, everything does seem to make sense. This could be bad, Mr. Wright. If you can't find a flaw in his logic, he's right. But we've come all this way if we can't let Fulbright wriggle free now. There, I finally told the truth. Now, I hope you see how foolish it was to think that I was the Phantom. Huh? You're an intelligent man, Prosecutor Blackwell. You believe me, right?
I believe you. I don't think you're the Phantom.
What? How can you say that, Prosecutor Blackwell? It's obvious he's the Phantom. Look at him. His mask is slipping off him right now.
Silence.
Evidence is everything. Right, Dono. And you must admit there's not clear evidence that Fulbright is the Phantom.
Yes. As a result, the only solid proof we've seen up to this point is the fact that Detective Fulbright fabricated evidence. But...
I've known Fulbright here for a year now, and all this time he's been quite intent on rehabilitating me. I don't believe his efforts were a lie.
Prosecutor Blackwell!
Now this fool truly thought he could reform a death row inmate like me. He went so out of his way in his efforts for me, he actually became quite a nuisance, really.
Prosecutor Blackwell, you believe me? Please tell me Prosecutor Blackwell hasn't really been taken in by this big phony.
However, even if it was against your will, you still acted as the Phantom's accomplice. You'll have to pay the price for that. Throw yourself at my mercy, and don't ever betray me again. Have you got that?
Yes. Thank you. Oh, thank you. He's blinded by love. Such a bond of trust is such a rare, beautiful thing. Well, in any case, it looks like everything has been resolved. I can now land on a not guilty verdict with confidence. Very good. I'm very glad to hear it. It's all over. Everything's been cleared up, and Miss Sykes will go free as well. I thought he was gonna get sniped and his family was gonna die. Hi, Sylvie. Mr. Wright, you can't let the trial end here. If we do, the man who killed Clay will get away. I know, but what do I do? I don't have any proof that Detective Fulbright is the Phantom. Is this it? Is he gonna get away just like that? Now, if you'll excuse me, my next investigation awaits. And with that, I'm off. But does he really think that? Oh, whoopsie! I was blackmailed. My family's in trouble. Ooh. Bye. Really? He thinks that's gonna fly? What? The defense. No, wait. Not the defense. The defendant feels it's time for a verdict yet. I would like to see the trial continue. Well, I would declare you innocent of all charges. Huh. It just doesn't feel right to be sending her. Apollo, think you could scooch over? Athena, what are you doing? Hope we don't get held for contempt of court. I have some questions for you, Detective Fulbright. Are you relieved that you're no longer under suspicion of being the Phantom? Are you grateful, Prosecutor Blackwell, for what he's done for you?
Of course I am, and I'm truly grateful from the bottom of my heart. Athena, where are you going with all these questions?
I've yet to hear a single emotion behind any of Detective Fulbright's words, boss. The suspicion against him has been cleared up, but he's not feeling happy at all.
What? Does that mean?
I may not have any evidence, but my heart doesn't lie.
That's it. With their special ability, we might be able to stop him.
Your Honor, the detective has been deeply traumatized by our accusations.
Yes, but even before all this, I thought he was a rather odd fellow.
If he doesn't get counseling right away, who knows what might happen to him.
Prosecutor Blackwell, can you believe the nonsense this Vince is spouting?
Fulbright, I think you'd better have with that counseling.
Not you too.
No, you've been making batty remarks ever since you were accused of being the Phantom. Such as, you're an undercover investigator, and your family's been taken hostage. To my understanding, you were gay. I fear you might have finally lost it.
But I thought you believed me.
Silence.
Oh, how you amuse me so.
What's going on here?
That's an excellent bit of psychological manipulation just now, Simon.
I knew you would catch on, Athena.
Huh? Why fill me in here?
I guess you were in the dust, huh, Mr. Wright? Simon was only pretending to believe Detective Fulbright, because he knew I'd noticed that there was a lack of emotions like joy or relief in his response. So he gave me the chance to take a listen. And listen I did to the voice of Detective Fulbright's heart.
What? You two working together just now?
Come now, Athena. Show us what's inside that Fulbright's heart.
You got it. Time to check out answer reply. Would you monitor me? I'll stud us. Jesus Christ.
Never knew Phoenix Wright's true weakness. Therapy. Thank you for believing me, Prosecutor Blackwell. I am an undercover investigator, but the Phantom was coercing me. He stole the moon rock and killed Dr. Sykes 7 years ago. I'm a bad person for operating with such a man. But he took my family hostage. What else could I do? Even with all his over-the-top expressions and gestures, he's still registering no emotion at all.
Just like I thought, and right in line with the Phantom's psycho profile. Detective Fulbright, this lack of emotion proves you're the Phantom. Huh? What's going on?
Wait, hold it. What do you think you're doing, detective? Me? I'm not doing anything.
Trying to hack it in the Moon Metrics program. Can't do anything like this.
Oh.
Fancy device you have there. Well, tolerating no cheating, thank you.
Sorry about that. As an undercover agent, I tend to use my secret arsenal without even thinking.
More like as a spy.
Thanks, Prosecutor Blackwell. There. I can't hack me anymore. I dare to try to hide your lack of emotions for us.
Lack of emotion? What are you talking about? Of course I have feelings. As a matter of fact, you've wounded me very deeply with that accusation.
What's going on? All of a sudden, I'm getting an overwhelming happy reading.
Huh? But he's literally crying us a river over there. Oops, my mistake. How about this?
Alex, now he's angry all of a sudden.
What's he trying to pull?
Like as not. It would appear our friend is not completely without emotion. It's just as it says in Dr. Sykes' profile of the Phantom, the subject has a unique psychological makeup with almost no emotional fluctuation.
Oh, I got it. So he has some emotions, right?
Precisely. Which makes me wonder why you can't sense any emotions. Wonder why you can't sense any emotion from him at all. I believe it's most likely because he is controlling his emotions.
Very good, Prosecutor Blackwell. You were correct. It is all my daily training. A very important skill for us undercover investigators, you know? Or like for us spies. Seriously.
But I wonder why you suddenly showed several strong emotions. Wait a minute. I think I know. I sense there's a feeling you're trying to hide with your exaggerated emotions, Detective. A feeling I'm trying to hide? That's a good one. You're the ones who've been saying I'm the Phantom because I don't have any emotions. I was just trying to show you the range of deep emotions I truly possess. And you have no objections to me analyzing it then, right? No. Analyze away. But I will say it again. I am not the Phantom. And therefore, be forewarned that your analysis will have no effect because you're about to see what an undercover agent can really do. What the Bro, what are you doing? Why are you playing like Simon? Simon Says here. Aviator sunglasses. He's a Christmas tree. Maybe this? I don't think so. I've never seen a person in such a chaotic emotional state. There has to be something here. I just know it. Might be a long shot, but if there's really is a real emotion mix in there somewhere, that's possible that it would be the one emotion that doesn't disappear. The one that doesn't disappear, huh? I'll give it another look then. This is so strange. Oh. There you go. I found it. I found the one emotion you're truly feeling. The one. Hidden in the middle of that chaotic storm, I saw one emotion that never disappeared. When you talked about the moon rock, you felt a fear that wouldn't fade. A fear? Huh? Fear that a man with hardly an emotion feels, huh? That's our response to that moon rock. Detective Fulbright, I presume you feel fear concerning the moon rock because you failed to steal it. You tried but failed to steal the moon rock. That stain in your career has left you feeling afraid. But the moon rock did indeed disappear from the laboratory. And I hardly think a person who feels so little would fear over a little thing like that. Don't everyone jump on Phoenix hype train all at once now. And the top of a spy field most come up in our discussions earlier. Alright, fine. Of course. That's it. Moon rock allergy. Enough, Fulbright. Just tell us the Phantom's true identity. I don't know. He was very careful not to hide it. It's top secret information for all kinds of corporations and country. So there's a number of organizations that want him dead. People believe it was the Phantom. He'd be killed on the spot. Why haven't even now? There are assassins lurking nearby. Let's kiss with the Phantom after all. Detective Fulbright, I think I know why you would feel afraid. You're afraid that the moon rock will somehow reveal your identity. If his identity were revealed, he'd be killed immediately. That's certainly enough to make even the Phantom feel afraid. Me? Afraid? I don't know what you're talking about. So, the realist telling about the moon rock that would reveal his identity? Apparently so. Wait a minute. Maybe the Phantom didn't so much steal the moon rock, but more like he had to take it with him. Because there was something on it that would reveal his true identity. Her moon rock earring is also a gun. Moon rock allergy. Oh, wait, oh, wait, where's he going? Wait. Where do you think you're going? Me? I'm not going anywhere. Is it just me, or is he going to use that weird watch thing to try to get away? How many more of those toys does he have? We're gonna get myself some. Detective Fulbright, you will answer honestly about this court right now. Why do you feel fear in connection to the moon rock? In justice, we trust. No emotions, Mr. Lawyer. Evidence is everything. I'm the Phantom because I'm afraid. Don't make me laugh. Oh, get over here. He's gonna pull the camera. What was that just now? But all human beings have hearts and experience emotions. Sometimes analyzing a case from the psychological perspective is the best way to find the truth. It's all just a waste of time. All your efforts and analysis serve no purpose. And now, in this dark age of the law, nobody would believe your claim that it's effective. In an era where evidence is fabricated, do you truly expect feelings to be accepted as proof? Where exactly is your proof that I fear the moon rock anyway?
Well, I admit I don't have a conventional proof. I'm still examining a person's heart as the merit.
Oh really? Then why don't you listen carefully with those special ears of yours? And listen to the voices of the hearts of the people in the gallery.
My hair is distrust.
As you can see, the people are on my side. Because all they see is a strange little girl using a weird little machine.
It's not like I use analytical psychology to falsely accuse people.
Uh-oh, he's got Athena downing herself. Miss Sykes, analytical psychology has breathed new life into the courtroom. It has freed the hearts of many witnesses and has been key in getting to the truth. What nonsense! Your Honor, the defense's claim is a false one. I don't feel any kind of fear when it comes to the Moonrock.
I see. Oh, very well. I'll give the opinion of this court. In a trial, I don't feel that a person's emotions are quite as compelling as actual evidence is. But, Your Honor.
There, you see, nobody believes in your trumped up charges.
However, I do believe Miss Sykes' analyses can contribute to making the truth clear. I have seen her do this firsthand, several times already.
Surely you jest.
How's this man looks at my findings in this trial, Your Honor? Yes, I believe you claim Miss Sykes. I think there is merit in examining whether witness feels fear in regard to the Moonrock. That is the court's opinion on this matter. And that's a win for me. No, a win for analytical psychology. No, it's fine. That has a court reservoir fair.
Analytical psychology? My fears? Fine. I'll show you precisely why those abstract things can't be considered evidence.
Your Honor, I can prove it. Just throw the rock at him.
Is the moon rock in his hand? I don't think so.
Get up the metal detector.
I felt fear when I thought about the moon rock because it reminded me of the Phantom. Yes, I'm very afraid of him because he took my family hostage. What reason would the Phantom have to be afraid of a moon rock? Not at all. The fact I'm afraid of the moon rock means I'm not him. In fact, I'm on the side of justice. And justice we trust. Is the moon rock here in the room with us right now? I know you're making a joke, but the answer is yes. And there you have it. And you see why I'm afraid of the moon rock?
Sure, you sound convincing enough. But so does any two-bit con artist. It's all meaningless in the absence of evidence.
Just cross blades?
The Phantom's like the mist. No flesh, no bones. My sword alone cannot cut it. Right, Dono? With your deductive reasoning and the body of evidence before us, let us send this miserable Phantom fella to the other world together.
You and I, Prosecutor Blackwell. We have a duty to bring the Phantom down and restore the people's faith in the courts.
Indeed. Recovering for Athena, I let the Phantom escape. And as prosecutor, I gave birth to the people's mistrust of my murder conviction.
I bear part of the responsibility as well. For being suspected of forging evidence and losing my attorney's badge as a result, as if that was my fault. That's just something that kind of happened to me, but fine. Yeah, I did that. The two of us and the Phantom were at the very beginning of the Dark Age of Law.
And it's also our burden to cut away the foul specter we created, is it not? until all that remains is the righteousness of the court and the faith of the people. Trust, understanding, fragile ideals of the masses who are controlled by emotion. Humans can't truly trust each other, which is exactly why the illusion of trust is so enticing.
Objection!
Once two people overcome their misgivings, that's when real trust is to be found. You're free to believe what you want, but trust like that is stronger than you and your lies, always.
Hold it!
It only reminded you of the Phantom? Don't make me laugh. You are the Phantom. Evidence is everything in court of law. Did you forget? I was forced to testify over a silly thing like feelings. But those tactics won't work on from here on out. You need real evidence. I hate to admit it, but he's right.
Hold it!
Your family? Like, who in your family, specifically? I don't know. Like, maybe my lover, for example?
For example, maybe. We need more concrete answer than that.
Maybe my mother? My son? Oh, my daughter. That's it. It was all of them. I'm so sad and worried. I miss them so much. He's obviously lying. Look how upset I am. Is it any wonder I followed the Phantom's orders?
He's so cocky.
Hold it!
You can't think of a single reason the Phantom might be afraid of the Moonrock. I thought the Phantom wasn't even supposed to have any feelings. How could someone like me, with my wealth of emotions, be expected to understand the guy? Phantom, a person with very few emotions, would only be afraid of something really big. His cover getting bone big. I'm willing to bet that the Moonrock has something to do with his identity, but what?
Why the Phantom's fingerprints are on the rock?
The fingerprints could be wiped off.
Then maybe he wanted the rock so bad he literally drilled on it with his DNA.
We're dealing with a spy here, Athena, not a dog.
I prefer dog over slub, but
True. But maybe the DNA part isn't too far off. Huh? Something unexpected happened to him during the incident 7 years ago.
what is slob? A dirty person. Like they're just not clean.
I just know I have something to show the Phantom is afraid of the Moonrock. I'll just continue my testimony while you're pondering that, if you don't mind. I'm the tequila here. Launch. Ding. Good dental.
I think it's either this or we do this. Let's...
Because I'm scared.
Objection!
Bingo Bronco, baby.
That's the full right. I assume you know what this is. Of course, that's the knife the Phantom used to kill Clay Terran. That's right. And the exact same type of knife Miss Sykes used 7 years ago when she stabbed the Phantom's hand. Yes, that was discussed earlier, as I recall.
It dodged at first. So oh my god, it's close. But I tried again.
And this time you got him, didn't you?
I did. I remember it clearly now. No. The knife went into the back of his hand.
Miss Sykes then stated that she remembers the culprit bleeding. It's my theory that the culprit's blood got on the Moonrock, and he was afraid that if the blood was analyzed, his true identity would be revealed. That explains why the Phantom had to remove the Moonrock from the crime scene. Oh, you mean if we ran the analysis now, you'd know who the Phantom is? Yes, I suppose so. But unfortunately, the Moonrock in question is missing. That may be so, but I'm certain I'll explain what happened to it in great detail. You can? Of course. Not. You don't actually expect us to believe that, do you? Because you don't fool me. This court needs is a bully-free zone.
And the infamous sword of the beguiling bluff. Its edges without compare. Come now, ready with me. Show us what finally cut.
Your Honor, this is an outrage. Oh, I mean, this is an outrage! Go on right, Dono. Let's start with something that's been bothering me for a while. Now, the culprit supposedly removed the moon rock from the lab, but in this video of him, it's nowhere to be seen.
Oh, you're right.
But there is something to consider. What if the Phantom hid the moon rock somewhere at the scene of the crime? Oh my god.
God dang it, boss. This kid was never super tight at the Space Center back then. All that, in spite of the Space Center having very strict scrutiny in those days. All personal effects were examined thoroughly, coming or going. You could even smuggle a withered old leaf through those checkpoints.
Does this mean that the moon rock is still somewhere in the Space Center? In the name of justice, I proclaim that's impossible. And why is that? The Space Center was searched from top to bottom, and especially the lab, but the moon rock was never found.
Huh, how could I forget about that? Sad but true fact. You still haven't grasped how it's done. But the Phantom made the moon rock vanish into the ether.
There's no way it just disappeared. Watching evidence tells us otherwise. Phantom didn't have the moon rock on him when he left the lab. Yet a thorough police search didn't turn up anything. It never turned up in the 7 years after that either. Phantom made the rock disappear without physically removing it himself. How? It's been away. Think, Phoenix, think! Brain blast! How did the moon rock vanish from the robotics lab?
So can you not show what happened to the moon rock, Mr. Wright?
I can, Your Honor. What? Oops. Sorry, I mean...
What? In that case, let's have your answer, Mr. Wright. How did the Phantom make the moon rock disappear from the crime scene?
Did he launch it into space? I want to say it's this. It literally says it was cut from the real rock. But that would be... Woo! That's close. That could have been really bad. That could have been really bad. Alright, anyway.
Take that!
Well, that's where the moon rock was hidden.
Yes, well, I thought it would be kind of cool if it was. God damn it, really? It's made of the...
Take that!
Well, that's the Hope capsule, right? Knowing that went up, but they had one rocket?
He couldn't carry the rock out, but he couldn't leave it in the center to be found either. So, there was only one safe place to stash it. The Hope capsule that was there in the lab that day.
Yes. They must have loaded onto the Hope probe, space probe eventually. But if that's what happened, then the moon rock would have been launched up into space along with the rocket.
Preposterous. It would mean that for these past 7 years, the moon rock was... Exactly. The Phantom got rid of the moon rock in the most cosmic way he knew how. It was out there in the depths of space, aboard the Hope space probe. What?
Okay, what are the gods?
I understand now. The Phantom's original scheme was to sabotage the Ham One anyway. The villain, it's his primary objective to conveniently kill two birds with one stone. That's right. He planned for the moon rock to be turned into cosmic dust out in space, thereby destroying the one piece of evidence that could reveal his true identity. But Mr. Starbuck and the others foiled the Phantom's plot. The Hope space probe sailed off safely on its mission and returned 7 years later, with the capsule in tow. If we analyze the blood on the moon rock, it should make one thing crystal clear. That you were the Phantom all along, Detective Fulbright. It's a moon rock in space? Oh my god. So he killed Clay just so he could get the moon rock back? I believe so. His original assignment may have been just to sabotage the hat too, but at the same time, he also had to retrieve the evidence of his crime 7 years ago. That's why he left the boarding lounge and attacked Clay as he made his escape and out of the rocket with the capsule. But in the end, it's also he could just do it to escape himself. But he didn't get the capsule. Clay must have done everything he could to stop Fulbright. He probably hung on that capsule for all it was worth his very last breath.
No. Oh, it's so funny. You made me laugh. You really do.
He's totally out of whack now. It's game over for you, Detective Fulbright. Why don't you just admit to it all now? There's nothing to admit. I'm Bobby Fulbright, undercover investigator. I tell you, I'm not the Phantom. The blood on the rock is just another of his schemes. A trap.
No, I'm not sure what to think. But the Phantom is a spy with assault. The trap's not out of the question.
But in that case, you could say anything is a trap.
Might he remove the capsule before submitting the photo as evidence?
Perhaps he did. That's what make it a trap. I prefer to taking the blame for the Phantom.
Your Honor, I believe verification is in order.
Silence.
Further investigation? More like plotting or escape. But no more. I will bring you to justice myself if I must. Here and now. I guess it's time to show you just what I'm really capable of. Die, Simon Blackwell. Hey, you guys aren't really... What in the fuck is going on here?
It looks like I made it just in time.
Edgeworth! I have good news for you, Mr. Wright. I've uncovered some very crucial facts. Did you find something out about the Phantom's true identity? You might say that. I started by looking into the first people on the scene 7 years ago. All three, an employee and 2 officers, were registered in the robotics recognition system, but none of them looked the least bit like Detective Fulbright. That's not good. But there's more. I've yet to share my most important finding. Mr. Wright, Prosecutor Blackwell, you'd best brace yourselves. Uh-oh. The man you see there before you, Bobby Fulbright, is already long dead. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? An unidentified body that was found a year ago has now been proven to possess Bobby Fulbright's fingerprints. Then does that mean... Yes. That man there is an imposter pretending to be Bobby Fulbright. An imposter?
Wrapped in this man. Who in the world is he?
Of your trickery. If you don't reveal yourself to us, then I should do it for you. What the?
No. His face.
Oh, look what you did to my mask.
Mask? What's the meaning of this witness?
Okay, you got me. You have to show you who I really am now. Wait, but that's... Hey, Bob! Sup, it's me, Solomon Starbuck! Mr. That can't be right. Can't really be the Phantom, can you? Of course not. The real Starbuck is the word that had won, which was said to be destroyed. Yeah, it's just another mask. I mean, didn't I tell you? I'm an undercover investigator. I can change identities at will. It can be anyone I want. Not so fast. I have the Phantom psych profile right here. I compile a psych profile on you and compare the results. I'll prove that you're the Phantom. It's time for me to show you the real meaning of the phrase, the end justifies the means. That voice. Those words.
I cannot accept such evidence here, Miss Sykes.
Professor Means? It's mask?
I'll take what you want by any means necessary. Now give me that evidence.
Huh?
Time to take out the trash. Permanently.
How could you?
Now do you see how powerful the unjustified means could be?
Silence.
How pathetic. You can't even speak without wearing another man's face.
Ah, that's the life of a record agent for you. My real face has no meaning or value to me at all.
Or perhaps it's really the case that you don't even know who you are anymore. Hmm? What must you see when you look in the mirror, Mr. Phantom? Not an awful lot, I'd wager. You're going to voice actor victory lap. Oh my god. Why are they letting him do this? I mean, this like can go anywhere.
Well, aren't you just a master of psychology, Blackwell? That's right, boy. I know who I am. I'm always living as someone else for my assignments. I remember what my face looks like. Or even what my personality was like. My face, memories, personality, beliefs, emotions, and soul. I left them all behind, boy. I have no self. I am no one. I am nothing but an endless abyss.
What's with this guy? Is he even still human? Just take off all the masks. Yeah, just Scooby-Doo villain him. Tie him up and like, let's see who this really is. A tweet, 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 tweet. Just keep pulling him off.
And now, you resume your lesson, Professor Wright.
Oh, huh?
I believe you made this argument earlier. If you were to analyze the blood on the moon rock, you could prove that I am the Phantom.
I believe there's blood on the moon rock in that capsule. Now we know you aren't even Bobby Fulbright. Your claims of the Phantom trap won't work anymore.
Then why don't you bring us the moon rock in? This decisive evidence from the Hope capsule?
I think I'll do just that. Get ready, because the Hope capsule is about to seal your... fudge. Fuck!
There's the courtroom bombing from the other day. Capsule was there in the courtroom as evidence. Blown to smithereens. Looks like you've finally got on. Full mark for the defense for your effort. But what a shame your hope was lost in that courtroom explosion.
Question. If we were so concerned about assassins dropping on him the second that it was revealed that he's the Phantom, why aren't they doing it now? Shoot him. What are you doing? Are you waiting? Are you waiting to see what the twist goes? Shoot the guy. What's going on? They're polite. Oh, that's fair. They have standards. Anyway.
So what's the real reason behind this courtroom was blown up? It was all for the Phantom to destroy that one piece of evidence.
Can't believe it.
Have you really reached a dead end after coming all this way? Dead end? I say that weird. Is the only evidence we have on this guy really been destroyed?
How dare you continue to call me the Phantom? As I've said all along, I'm just a nameless undercover agent.
And the defense will continue to assert that you are the Phantom. And furthermore, we have proof? Or at least a prayer?
I'm afraid I won't do, Mr. Wright.
At least put some weight behind your swing, right, Dono? I know, I'm trying. There's only one thing that can unmask this menace, the moon rock. That was blown to bits in the courtroom bombing. Yet, is it really gone without trace? What if some tiny part, some little fragment still exists?
Yes, you can see this little moon rock there too.
That strange black and yellow thing on the left side of the picture.
Very well, Mr. Wright. It's your proof. What evidence will finally prove the Phantom's identity?
Let's do the little moon.
Take a look at this.
And what is that, may I ask?
This is the last fragment of hope that I have. This will give us the strength to carry on.
I see.
Not exactly the reaction I was hoping for.
Mr. Wright, for your sake, I'll pretend I didn't see that embarrassing display. Please try to get it right next time, won't you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Unfortunately, it'll still cost you.
So when is that going to be relevant? When is that going to be relevant? This tiny piece of the moon rock is not what we need. But there's a tiny piece somewhere. Oh my god. Well, it's not that. The jacket? The jacket. The jacket? The plushie, look at the parts. I'd rather, there's the moon! I see it! I see the moon! Isn't it a bomb that blew up the courtroom and the moon rock along with it? Are you saying this revealed the Venom's identity? Yes, Your Honor. Focus your attention to this photo taken after the bombing, specifically right here. Please take a look at this newspaper article. Is article about the Antwerp? Now please note the strange black and yellow rock there on the left. That's the moon rock. And when you look at this photo of the bomb fragments, see how there's rock-like object with the same coloration? Oh my, yes, I see it. It would seem that the moon rock was much more durable than the Phantom thought. Take a look at all the fragments that the police found. We're going to find one with blood. And the DNA testing on that blood will prove that the witness is indeed the Phantom. Unbelievable. But that's possible. Surprised to be sure. It's one bloody tough rock. Let's have the fragments tested straight away. Oh, and you'll be having a DNA test too, Fulbright. Bailiff, contact the police department immediately and order the testing. Let's go back with what the test results show. There's a rock fragment that had blood on it, appeared to be several years old. DNA testing revealed. Well, I'm sure you know full well what it revealed. They confirmed the witness's blood, didn't they? Just no use trying to talk your way out of it anymore. Admit it, you are the Phantom. Huh? Mr. Wright, did you just raise an objection to yourself? No, I didn't say a word. That was my objection, Apollo. Huh? Why? It was a pretty good objection, too. Don't you think? El Tigre! Now he's me. So, you have an objection or not, Mr. Wright? No, not really, Your Honor. No, not you, Mr. Wright. I mean the witness, Mr. Wright. Could this trial get any more insane? Mr. Wright, this fragment of rock in the photograph and those just like it, how can you be sure they're pieces of the same moon rock that was at the robotics lab? Why does he look good in white suit? Why are they just letting him do this? It's funny. Am I seeing double? No. Oh yeah, true, Nemo. Care to explain what you mean? Well, there may have been a rock or two in the courtroom that had my blood on it, but how do you know they're not just rocks? You can't prove they're the moon rock, right? Don't be absurd. Just compare the fragment of the rock in the newspaper article. Anybody can see they're the same. They have the exact same coloration. But maybe some other rock with the same coloration happened to be in the courtroom. It's highly unlikely a rock that's unique appearance just happened to be here. But you can't deny it's a possibility. But your blood was found on one of the fragments. Apollo, there's nothing suspicious about my blood being on a piece of rock. And why not? I know it sounds like an excuse, but several years ago I tripped and fell in this very courtroom. It was hurt pretty badly. Maybe that's how my blood found its way into a piece of rubble. Even he must realize how ridiculous that sounds. And yet, I suppose it's not completely out of the question. I see you're starting to sweat, Mr. Wright. I thought that the worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. You're the last person I want to hear that from. Well, why do we get those fragments analyzed? You have ask an expert to verify if they're from the moon rock or the robotics lab or not. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that just isn't going to be possible. Why not? In order to prove that the fragments are from what you say they are from, you need a sample of the moon rock from 7 years ago to compare it with. But that moon rock doesn't exist anymore, and there's no sample data left either. So you see, short of going back in time, there's no way to prove that any of the fragments are from that moon rock. Oh. No! Look at the stance. A Phoenix, did you see Phoenix like rubbing his hands together back there? Like, yeah, whatever. That's really no way to prove it. Are you finally ready to throw in the towel?
Objection!
So the moon rock doesn't exist anymore, huh? That's right. It's such a valuable rock, too. A shame, really. But it's lost to us forever. He's wrong. It's not completely lost. There's another piece of it, right here by our side. Shining fragment of hope that can turn everything around. Final piece of evidence to put this phantom away for good. The defense has a piece of evidence that completely contradicts your claim. You have what now? A final fragment of hope that was passed down with great love and care. I do. I do. Even the person holding it hasn't realized it yet. Is this true, Mr. Wright? Pay no attention to him, Your Honor. He's just bluffing, as usual. I wonder if you'll be able to force your biggest smile when you see what I've got. Try me. This has been the easiest part to voice act this entire time. The piece of evidence shows the original moon rock is completely lost. Is this? But just about the only things my mother left me with aren't widget. On this airing. Maybe she did love me in her own way. Athena, you may not know it, but your mother left with you a very important piece of evidence. Shaddad, you're bluffing. You don't have anything of the kind. Oh, but we do. Evidence that will finally corner you, because we have a moon rock of our own. Yeah. Oh. You mean? Exactly. If Dr. Sykes left her daughter. Item Athena has cherished and worn all these years. As distant as Dr. Sykes may have seemed to her daughter, that fragment of her love will shake off the darkness of the past and give us all hope for the future. This is the defense sample of the moon rock. That's your sample? This earring that Miss Sykes always wears was made from that original moon rock. What? All this time? I was right here all along. Oh, it can't be. Oh, this is gonna be bad. I could already tell what's gonna happen here. If the composition of the bomb fragments and the earrings are found to be a match, then it'll prove beyond a shadow of a doubt the origin of the fragment in this photo. It's a good thing I got this relaxing period because I could tell what's about to happen. And since the test results showed that the blood of the fragment was yours, this means that the identity you tried so hard to hide will finally be revealed. The identity I tried to hide? I don't have an identity to hide. I may not have an Athena's ears, but now even I can hear fear in your voice. Fear? I don't feel fear. I left all my emotions behind years ago. Every human feeling feels fear. You simply can't face the emotions inside you. Can't face them because you have nothing. No love, no trust. I suppose you do? I don't have anybody to support me at first either.
I can't face the fear inside me. Couldn't get over the trauma of my past. Like I said, I don't feel fear.
Objection!
Hello. Hello, Ice, the Unknown Ranger. Welcome to the very end of this game. You're just a coward running away from yourself. When I had my doubts on Miss Sykes, I felt like I could collapse under the weight. But I wanted to trust her. And I knew I could trust Mr. Wright to uncover the truth. That's why I was able to face my suspicions without hesitation. Running away from myself. How can I run from myself? There's nothing inside. Nothing at all.
Objection!
I know it's hard for someone as unwilling to trust others as you to understand, but people have emotions. It's just a fact of life. And so people can be weak at times. But that's exactly why people need to trust one another. So they can gain the strength to face themselves when things are at their bleakest. Bleakest, if only I said it right. Without trust in others? How are you? I'm good. How are you? How can you ever hope to face your fears? The fear inside of me. Is this... No. Ah! Oh shit! I'm afraid! I'm scared! I feel fear! You can't outrun yourself. Remove that mask and unleash your emotions. Confront your guilt head on. With your own true face! Hold on. Hold on, I got... 1 second. Here we go. Okay. Alright. Hold on. I'll be over here. Yeah. Anyway. There's just no room in here anymore. Anyway. One moment. Oh, never mind. I thought someone was knocking. My own true face? No, please don't. I know you're here. Where are you? See, I haven't revealed anything yet. Honest. My own true face. I don't have one. My face. My face. Is this my face?
It? No, that's not it. No.
This isn't me either.
Is this me?
Which one is my face? What am I? What am I? Oh. They waited. Did he get shot? He did get shot, yeah. They waited. Sniper attack in this very courtroom. Reaching my bones. But the police are doing everything they can to track down the sniper as we speak. Let's go back there. How's Detective Fulbright? I mean, his imposter doing? Excuse me. He's a lucky fellow. The bullet didn't need vital organs. He appears to be in no danger of dying. Well, that was fortunate for all of us. The analysis of the final piece of evidence Frank Dona submitted is in. The composition of Miss Sykes' earrings and the fragment of the blood on it match. We can now be certain that it is a fragment of the moon rock in question. The murders and bombings at the Space Center, both past and present. The bombing of the courtroom number 4 and all of his other crimes, as numerous as the stars. Under suspicion of all these things, the spy known as the Phantom has been incarcerated. Will he ever know who he is? The Phantom. Prosecutor's office is now responsible for his well-being. There are still a myriad other things we wish him to tell us about, after all. Thank you, Prosecutor Blackwell. Well, it's time to finally bring this trial to an end. But, before I do, the defendant, please return to a proper place.
Yes, Your Honor.
I have reservations about this, but I'll hold them. Okay.
And now then, disqualifies defendant, by thickness thanks. Not guilty. Where is that coming from? I thought that was blown up. Is someone up there with a bucket? Is that the sniper? Why does he have buckets of confetti? Someone get that man. Hurry. Find him. He's running away. Oh my... court is adjourned. Someone find that man.
That is my favorite bit. I love doing that. Anyway.
Congratulations, Mr. Nick.
Thank you, Pearls. And thank you for being here for Athena.
It's the least I could do.
Didn't we also convict like 4 other people in those cases? They're trying to be the Deus Chekhov's detectives? No. I think he just happened to be wearing their face. I don't think that was implying that he committed all of the crimes. That's not what that was supposed to imply. That was just supposed to imply that he could be anybody, and therefore you can't convict him. He's an undercover agent. And then we proved that, no, actually, you aren't just any undercover agent, you're the spy that we've been looking for. Anyway. And just happened to reuse models.
At least I could do. But Athena was great, wasn't she? She was so strong throughout the whole trial. Damn, that's not gonna say her.
Just 0, right? Are you hurt? Now here's where it turns out I only have 3, like 1 voice. But Pearls is a spy. Yeah, true. He had the mask. He didn't commit any of the other crimes in the other cases. Yeah. He just happened to be disguised as them. Just because that's the models they had on hand, I guess.
Fine, Danny. I was doing magic tricks for the other hostages to keep her spirits up.
Of course you were.
That's our Trucy for you. I'm really glad to see you're safe.
Ryan, I feel I owe you another debt of gratitude. Wow, it's getting crowded in here. What is there, like 7 of us? Anyway. Edgeworth. I never would have called him everyone for all of you.
Oh, come on, Edgeworth. What are you talking about? You know, you're the ones who have been tracking the Phantom all this time. Plus, you're the one who gave Blackwell permission to serve as prosecutor, right?
Yes, well, right, and I'm so glad our daughter is safe.
Yes, well, we knew the Phantom was somewhere nearby. Police and I were trying to find him, but we never did manage to do so until this trial. Well, we never would have won this trial without you.
It was your help as chief prosecutor that was the key to the successful conclusion.
Besides,
it was you that saw to it to get my attorney's badge back, wasn't it?
so you figured it out, did you?
Yeah, getting my license back just went a little too smoothly, you know? Should have been much harder after that evidence forging scandal.
Well, I owed you a few favors.
Hey, Edgeworth, they can finally bring the Dark Age law to an end.
Even the darkest night tends to dawn eventually.
The sun will rise again.
Besides, now that Prosecutor Blackwell has been cleared of all charges, a great deal of the mistrust towards the court system should have been swept away.
You know, you could have said that with a bigger smile, Edgeworth. It won't kill you. Instead, the
froze that brow of yours just keep getting deeper and deeper.
Should I smile more, huh?
Now, think about it.
A complicated love-hate relationship between two lifelong rivals. The love, hate. Back to love relationship.
Athena. Wow, what is there, like 8 of us in here? Or, excuse me, can I like stand in this corner? There's just 2 guys back here too. Okay, I'll stand in the doorway. I'm forever in your debt. You went to all that trouble. You were taking the bar exam while you were overseas.
I knew that if I didn't get your sentence overturned fast, you'd be executed. So I started and started. I was frantic. So glad I made it on time.
Phoenix had his badge taken wrongfully, so Edgeworth's making being back easier. Yeah, but they're acting like it's so funny that they had like they had Phoenix mention like, oh yeah, me and my false evidence charge that really didn't help. And it's like, but you didn't do that. That wasn't what you did. It's just something that happened to you, and everyone's acting like it's Phoenix's fault. Anyway, so glad I'm married on time. Just barely. Just still made it. Had a girl with you. Good to see you finally let your tears out. Said it was a scandal. Even if he did nothing. Yeah, I know, but yes, I was fried by the skin of my teeth thanks to you. Shame on you, Simon, for trying to vilify me like that. It's never my intention to just throw my life away. Some things in this world are more important than your own life. Like what? My honor-bound duty protect with my life. My mentor's most beloved treasure. Huh? That's some loyalty. This guy's really is a samurai through and through. Well, looks like we can breathe easy now. Until the 6th game, where nothing happens. Apollo, Athena, thank you both. Took all of us together to pull it off. You bet, boss. What a 10 we are, huh? It's definitely the most amazing turnabout I've ever seen. I'm a lucky guy. My office is the best, most capable lawyers around. Thanks, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna work extra hard to make up for all the worry I caused. Apollo Justice is fine and ready to go. It's here for the Rated Anything Agency. Nobody's gonna try harder than me, so you better watch out, Apollo. So one more game? Yes. Asking Edgeworth to smile more is probably a lost cause given his default state is annoyed. He said he'll think about it. Simon's free, thanks to Mr. Riot. But there are so many more people out there who need our help. You're right, and I'll be needing you both to help them. They have a long way to go. Get ready, you two. We won a major victory, but the war is far from over. There are still people out there suffering under false charges who need defending. Got a lot of work ahead of us. We never hope to fully bring that dark age of law to a close. Hey, I know one thing we have to do. Let's celebrate. The bowl of hot noodles. Huh? Huh? And nothing like a bowl of Helton's noodles after trial. All in Mr. Wright's tab. That's how it works at the Right Anything Agency, right, Mr. Wright? Huh? Huh? As a boss, it's your duty to express gratitude to your people for the great work. In that case, allow me to join in the festivities. You'd be greatly welcome a bowl of noodles. Huh? 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 Haven't I yet, Danny? Why don't you just invite everybody involved in the case? The more the merrier, right? Oh, Mr. Nick, look how far you've come. When did you grow up to be such a generous gentleman? Classic. Guys, under these circumstances, there's only one thing I can say. My God. Only if I get to join in. Hey, no fair. I want to say it too. Okay, here we go. The fuck? No, guys, I said no, I don't care. I'm not objecting. I was trying to think of something nice I could do for Polly now that he's back. So I decided to go around and get a bunch of jobs for him to do. Find a last cat, install air conditioner, give a computer lesson, find a lost item. You think I should have found him a few legal cases? Yeah, that's okay. This is the Right Anything Agency after all. Nice game. Yeah, now here comes like the speed read, where I don't have time to like actually go over any of the like, Athena and Apollo were so wonderful in court. I better study as much as I can if I want to be a judge someday. My grandma says, eat lots of peppers and they'll ignite your passion. Oh, but I should figure out which to grow. Green peppers or yellow peppers? Or maybe I should go with hot as the sun red peppers instead. What? Because he happens to wear a red suit? Is what? You see Juniper as a judge in the future game? Me too! I honestly think that'd be really neat.
The end of the Dark Gates law, you say? How naive. But you know it's sometimes necessary to get a guilty verdict by any means possible? What? You're putting me under investigation? Chief Prosecutor wants to see me?
That's how we work? Huh? What do you mean, we? Who's we? You speaking French? What do you mean, we?
I've been asked to debut the Green Masked Wrestler Tenma Taro.
Scheduled to go up against the Amazing Ninetales next, though.
Oh, what to do? What to do? A fight to the finish with myself?
Why don't you ask Mr. Demon Lawyer to be the Amazing Ninetales too?
Bad idea. I bet he'd be all for it.
So we have to meet us too, shall we, my little friend?
You're so not romantic, fan. What, because you just mentioned a color.
Would you believe it? I'm Alderman of Ninetales Vale now. Pretty impressive, eh? I took after Rex Kahumi for the good of our lovely village. What do you say? Would you like a little donation to help us out?
Hey, you. What do you think you're doing sneaking into the manor?
I think so. Better make one for you. Fan. Red Pepper's just hard, that's the bit. Well, no, she mentioned red peppers because
I thought I wanted to be an artist, but after seeing the amazing job Athena did, I started becoming genuinely interested in the law. So now I'm studying the bar exam. I'm gonna prosecute Athena someday. You'll see. I'm studying my buttons off too, not for the bar exam. I'm gonna pass this interest exam on my own merit this time. With a score of 100 points, of course. Hugh, Juniper, our dream will live on forever.
No, I mean, it's just, I don't know, just so strange. Just the color red. Like, surely there's a better...
I found really sweet boxes for all three of them, but they won't wear them. It's because they want to be legal journalists instead of a lawyer or a judge. Anyway, thanks to the trial, the school newspaper's future is as bright as can be. Now let's see the fresh blood I have to say in the new school paper. Our editor cried so hard at graduation rehearsal her cardboard box got soggy.
It's a color of passion. No, it's literally a reference to the color of his suit. That's it. It does go deeper. It's weird.
Oh, so one night Olivia in your concert. I still remember the evening of passion. The president of the school council sang like no high school students I've ever heard. When she's the Georgian encore someday, I'd love to have a jam session with her. It'd be the coolest try ever, yeah. I already hear it now.
I forgot the credits are like this. Or I have to...
I gave this place a good cleaning from top to bottom, and it's already a mess again. Guess the only thing I can do now is clean up the attitudes of the people in this office.
Oh my...
With Mystic Maya due to come here once the training is over, something must be done.
Another scene in the jam session? I wouldn't. I don't really like Gavin. Like, he's fine. I liked Black Quill more, for sure.
Humanity's dreams for outer space will never die. In fact, planning for the Hat 3 rocket has already officially begun. Look upon me, people of this great nation, and witness the glory of Yuri Cosmos. What do you... Oh, Director. Yes. Rocket preparations are fully complete. Yes. You just leave everything to me. Assistant Director Yuri Cosmos.
It's a kind of bad tastes. This is my final just reiterated that Black Quill's the most competent prosecutor. More than Edgeworth? I think they're tied at least. I'm going to the moon and the new rocket. If Theodore and Mommy Men just came to the moon and they'll just show them around. There we go. But which is more interesting? Montes Parnassus or the Mare Tranquillitatis? You think they would like either one? Yay. Hooray. I wonder how Miss Aura is doing. I'd rather be near Miss Aura than on the moon. Oh, Miss Aura, I just want you to use me again like you used. Excuse me? Excuse me? Like what?
Ready for launch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. I'm going to the moon for real this time. For me and for Clay. Thanks to my lawyers. I know I should never give up, but I'm worried. Can't breathe in space. In fact, it's cold as heck. Oh man, now I'm getting really nervous. Oh, that's true. That's fair ice. I wasn't thinking from that perspective. I mean, that's only like a temporary...
No, I'm not employed here. I simply came to request their service in defense of my sister. No one's around. You keep waiting a long time. And what sort of case brings you here? Oh? Your father is accused and you wish for Athena to offend him? Perhaps. He and I shall meet in your courtroom in the near future. What? Who is he talking to? Look forward to next month's salary assessment. Please forgive me. Oh, please forgive me. Blackness acquittal has been brought all manner of ills in the prosecutor's office to light. It seems solving that case has taught the chill of winter and the warmth of spring. Now you're right yet on the debt of gratitude. But I will repay him one day. You trust in that.
Us. What do you mean, us?
Oh, wait, no, you forgot me. Hey, I wasn't in this game, but it seemed interesting. I read it in the paper. I need to go? I'm not allowed in the recording booth? Okay, pal. I'll see you later. Sorry. See you later. I'll see myself out. No big deal.
Blackwell's talking to us. Yeah, but who are we? We were doing this, like, interview thing at the end. Talking to Rainbow's game and seek legal help. Yeah, but is that a tease for the next game? It's not. But animation work. Bones. Yo, does Apollo get with Juniper? Did they get together? And when do Phoenix and Edgeworth kiss? These are both very important questions. I think, just like the last game, the last case saved this game for me. I felt this one, I don't know if it was because the first game saved the whole trilogy. The last case of the first game saved the first game, and it let me go into the second game believing in the second game, and it paid off. And now I'm nervous the third game, based on what everyone's saying, is gonna be a real slog. But... Which, by the way, people who were saying that it's time for the third game, false. There's a DLC case for this game. Now we're going to be playing the DLC case, and then we move on to the sixth game. I just remembered that. I don't think we'll stream the DLC case tomorrow, however. We'll do something different tomorrow. Either what Nemo's friend suggests, which they should really tell me, or a different game. What'd you think of it? I like this. This is fun. My friend hasn't decided yet. Well, if they don't decide, then they're gonna get Pizza Tower. And I don't think your friend likes Pizza Tower. From what I remember. Did you finish Slime Rancher? As much as I... Oh.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
T-minus 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
What are you doing out here? What? Wait, why is he in the middle of the field? Oh, whatever. Oh, okay, this actually makes me feel kind of sad.
Seeing her in jail.
Mr. Starbuck!
You'll be fine. Just believe in yourself.
The moon's closer than you think.
Athena, that's not on brand. Athena, you messed up the line. You're supposed to say that he'll be fine. The moon's closer than you think. Pull up. Pull. Nice people letting me. VIP pass.
Made it back into space if it wasn't for you.
All right.
She did take hostage, was a very serious charge. And one of the bad endings, she really... Wait, hold on, there are bad endings? Throughout the years, I have seen as much joy as heartache, honest as deceit. He smiled at me. Just as Mr. Starbuck was able to escape the harsh pull of his fears and despair. I believe that hope and friendship can lift us all up towards a brighter tomorrow. Several bad endings? What? Where? What? Now! Because, wait, costumes? What? Wait, we could have had people dress up this whole time? Yo, we can make Hobo Apollo! All of them in the final case. I assume as such. Can't want to tell you when you finish the games, what, that I've had costumes this entire time? Well, we gotta put on an outfit, right? You only get one. Someone has to pick one outfit. There's some other stuff. If you're talking about the museum, I have been avoiding it on purpose. I do not wish to go to the museum at this time. Oh yeah, I changed the music for this. Because this has spoilers in it! So we're waiting. Wait, I've somehow been missing that. Are there costumes here too? Oh! Yes, switch Athena. I was honestly hoping anybody was gonna say anything before you said Athena. But there you go. There we go. There. Now everybody's in a funny outfit. I said Phoenix. Yeah, but I don't know if you said Phoenix. The problem is on my screen, Eagle said the thing first. So, I'll just change all of them. Because then maybe they'll feel less like a weirdo. Anyway. That's only been like 3 hours. We can at least check this out. New game? What? Where does it lead me? Oh, it leads me here. No, stop it. I got an achievement for picking a costume. Hold on. I want to start the next case. How do I start the 6th case? It won't let me. It's hidden. It's hidden from me. Game selection and museum. Yes. You're now here. Episodes. Okay. The special episode. The special pirate episode.
My name is Phoenix Wright,
Hi.
head of the Wright Anything Agency and a
Yes.
lawyer.
Yes.
Although, I was doing something else entirely for a while there.
Yes.
As for why I decided to formally get back into lawyering, let's just say there's unfinished business to take care of. Anyway, I thought I'd reminisce about my first case back on the job. And what a case it was. It happened only a few months after Athena joined our office.
He doesn't sound anything like you. And is that a problem?
Do I need to sound more like that guy? I'm back in the office. Put on my best anime voice, and we'll get going.
Captain Morla! Ye made it just in time! We be pirates, we love to sail the seven seas. Just a bunch of scallywags who are as free can be. We swim through storms and waves, all because you see grand treasure and adventures waiting just for me.
Oh no, it's SeaWorld. Fuck this place. Hey, July 20th, 12:37 p.m. Right, anything agency.
Today's my first day back on the job as a lawyer. There, do I sound anything like the guy at the very beginning because I added a little bit of rasp to my voice? Putting this attorney's badge on again really makes it feel at home. Boy, am I pumped.
Ew. Alright. Even Trucy said, looking good daddy. That's what I said to that's what I said to Edgeworth last night. So Athena, Apollo, what do you think of the old attorney's badge? Wow. The Ship Aquarium show is great. I can't get enough of it. Athena? I still can't believe that we're in these outfits. I mean, that they show the Swashbuckler Specular Killer on TV. Good thing I recorded this. Now, who's ready for another viewing? You already watched it 5 times. Let's watch something else now. How can I even suggest other thing? It's just therapeutic. Boss here, asking you guys a question. What's so therapeutic about watching a killer whale? What? Don't you know anything? Assisted therapy is an established psychiatric treatment. You're kidding. What kind of thing? That kind of thing really exists? Okay, if Negro liked it, you can go back to Vocal Fry. No, I don't think he liked it. I think he just is making fun of you. He looks incredibly dumb in his college outfit. He looks very smart in his new suit. That's true. And I think he looked dumb on purpose. He was dumb when he's wearing that damn sweater. It's a real thing. I went to the aquarium myself to try and it really helps. So I go there every now and then to further my psychology studies. Last time I went, I saw a dolphin and an orca swimming around together. It was so... Hey, do you two think you could quit goofing off and do some work for a change? Work? Already cleaned the toilet twice. Each! Hey, wait a minute. Is that your badge I see? Yeah, over my pink sweater? Yeah. Wow, congrats on getting your attorney's badge back, boss. Thanks. But today I'm officially a lawyer again. Sheesh! Took him long enough to notice. Gee, Mr. Wright, with that badge on, you suddenly look so capable. Thanks. It's not like I was some lazy bum, you know. I wasn't hobo Phoenix Wright. It was like I was in some, like, hobo era. Okay? By the way, why isn't this a costume? Why can't I be hobo era Phoenix Wright in the courtroom?
What made you suddenly so fired up to get your badge back anyway?
Oh, well, I made a promise to a certain someone. An important promise.
What could be so important?
Put this back now.
I'm not sure Iris was thinking of making her boyfriend a pink sweater with a heart on it. That big cat.
Anyway, we have 3 lawyers now, so we better start taking on lots of work.
I'm all for that. Let's get this engine to happen. Because the beanie's still visible in the room. You could have 2.
We have plenty of enthusiasm. All we now have some clients. In 8 years since I last wore this badge, I feel like a rookie all over again. In this just in, the owner of Ship Shape Aquarium, Captain Jack Shipley, has been murdered. The suspect in the case is reportedly already in custody inside the aquarium.
Is that the aquarium we were just watching, Athena?
That is, I can't believe it. A murder at Ship Shape Aquarium. But I love that place. We didn't get to the bottom of this.
Really? Guess I'm in luck then.
Oh, guess I'm in luck then. I need Phoenix Wright to save my friend.
What in the world is this? Are you a client?
Wait, that costume. It looks just like... I've got it. You must work at Ship Shape Aquarium. That's right, you minnow it. I'm Shasha Buckler. I perform like an agile catfish or a pirate show. I'll blowfish your mind.
I'm sorry? It'll what?
Minnow, blowfish, those puns floundered a bit. Ha! I found the client's identity. Chalk one up to analytical psychology. My friend is under suspicion of murder. Sorry, they need some help. That's why I gotta find this Phoenix Wright guy.
Oh, I'm Phoenix Wright.
And this is Apollo Justice and Athena Sykes. They're lawyers, too.
So anything you need, all you have to do is ask.
Same goes for me too, Miss Buckler. Just call me Sasha. And I'll call you by your first names, too, if that's alright. Phoenix, Apollo, Athena, you have to help me. Please save my friend.
So you better start asking you more about the defense request.
Well, I'm Phoenix Wright. She looks at the sweater. That's what she's called Sykes. Psych! Got him! Okay. Here's what I'm actually gonna do. I'm thinking. To be fair, Phoenix was never really a bum. He was working hard those 7 years to make ends meet for him in Trucy. I'm not sure how he had a job playing piano despite having 0 skill. And he's a Bushworld Club, he's a poker player, but he also had a gig at the Indonesian pasta joint. He was also playing poker at the pasta. He's thinking, people. Take cover! We're not going to continue this. And either I'm going to end the stream. Yes. That's the thought. I had my thought. Stream's over. I did a lot of reading. Wait. Okay. For some reason I can't resub. You're banned. You have to save your money. Literally anything but I'm aware that tomorrow your friend's birthday. Just your friend's birthday. They do not want Pizza Tower. It'd be nice if you had any suggestion. But I will not play Pizza Tower tomorrow. I'm just not there around early, but it's still not showing up. Trade refreshing. The fire emote was a hack. You cannot resub.
Oh, that's right. The fire emote was a hack placed by me. Fulbright. You cannot resub.
This is just. Is Fulbright just a Germa voice? Was I doing a Germa voice that whole time? It's Fire Guy with congestion.
Because I get good dental. Ding.
For the Ace Attorney fanatics, those in chat who have shown up just for Ace Attorney, I will do this DLC case and then start the 6th game next week. So for context, that is the 24th at the earliest. Just letting you know, because I know there's quite a few of you who love this game.